We are back with Tier List Tuesday for when I'm editing it, not for the live stream currently, which is Friday. But today I wanted to go over a character design tier list, and not in terms of how faithful they are to their games, but how their design is in terms of gameplay for competition. Because we all know sometimes, even though characters can be very cool and very like, wow, that's so interesting, that's so good that they did that from their game, it can still be really frustrating to play against, even if the design itself was inspired. So I have a couple of tiers already going. We have I love these designs, which is designs that I don't really want to change ever. I have these are great, but that one thing is where it's like overall a well-designed character, but there's like a couple of things that are just like, okay, that's kind of dumb, that's kind of stupid. I get the direction, but they misfired, as in like I understand the vision of what they wanted, but I just feel like it doesn't apply super well. Then there's, I mean, they're not awful, but which is basically characters I don't want to fight, or like that I think are like poorly designed, but they're not like the egregiously bad ones. And then there's Rework Now Nintendo, which, you know, there's going to be a lot of those, or not a lot, but like those are like, I feel like that tier is the most obvious tier. I think most people know, and it's not necessarily like going to be ordered in tiers. I might do like, oh, I think this is the best designed character in the game, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, let's get into it. Piranha Plant. Honestly, that's a really hard starting one for Piranha Plant. Where's Piranha Plant? Piranha Plant. I'm not sure. Piranha Plant is difficult because he's a new character. He doesn't have any gameplay that is relevant. Honestly, you know, one thing about it, how come he doesn't have a fireball? I feel like the more iconic Piranha Plant has a fireball more than the Patooie that exists. I think that is in certain ones, but it's mostly fireballs. So I don't get quite why. So like I get the direction, honestly, because you kind of have to just make stuff happen. I guess his like back air is fire. I love his footstool attack. I think that is the funniest thing ever. It should also happen in the air. He should just be immune to footstools, period. I think that'd be very funny. But I really just think it's in the middle. So I think the moveset is kind of interesting. I do think using his pedals for things like Nair, his head for things like up air, his bite attacks are really strong, mostly his like up throw and up smash. I think that makes sense. Do Piranha Plants have poison? Is that a thing? Maybe it's probably like a different, game that I'm not thinking of. But I think overall it's like kind of in the middle. I think that he could have had more fireball moves. I mean, again, back air is that his only one? Down tilt's not, up tilt's not, F tilt's not. But I do think that Patooie is like a cool designed move for the game. I think that's fine. I think they did a good job in terms of their direction. And I think like he's not like the most frustrating character to fight. I mean, it's just like a character with a lingering projectile, and I don't inherently hate those. There's just not a ton of them. So I think I'll do like somewhere in the middle. Maybe it's up here. I'm not sure. He's kind of in the middle of the road. I think Piranha Plant could be designed better. I don't think that, I'm not sure. Next up is Lucas. I think that Lucas is also probably in this tier. This is going to be hard. I have to think about them a lot. But I really do think that Lucas had a lot of good stuff, right? Like, obviously, he's existed from Brawl and Smash 4. I do think the one thing that definitely should not exist for him is Zair. I think that double jump cancel Zair is like unintuitive. It's unique compared to every other character, so it's not how the moves work. It's also just not in general how his double jump works. I don't really understand why they let that happen. I don't know if it was a mistake, but if it was a mistake, they probably would have patched it out. So I don't understand why they did that. I think his aerials are fine. I don't like down smash two framing. I think that's a bit silly. I think characters with like really dumb and stupid two frames are going to be a bit lower on the list. You don't have to time his down smash, right? It's going to hit 3 times. The third one is huge. It is a kill move. I also generally don't really like, hey, you have to mash out of this moves. Because it's just moves that make you break your controller unless you play box. So I generally don't like those. I like his offense. I like his combos. I think those are interesting. Maybe he should probably actually just have a combo throw that's better, because down throw only works at like 0% sometimes. But I just think that overall he has some good things in his design. I genuinely like his offense. I think the projectiles are all pretty well designed. I think his recovery is well designed. It's mostly Zair that I don't like, and down smash that I don't like. So maybe it's more like here, because I think Lucas overall is really cool. Because again, I'm not going to be like, oh, characters are zoners, they're bad design. Like, I'm not 7, but like I do think that those two moves are kind of crazy. Like, it's weird because I like the fact that he's mobile with Zair, but I think the movement with Zair is cool. I just think it shouldn't be -2. Like, maybe Zair trains are fine, like offense wise, but the move shouldn't be safe on shield. It should be like it should have like no shield stun. It should be like -7 or 9 or something. Or something like that. So I think overall it's fine. I think his recovery is designed fine. I think Magnet is fine, right? Like, I think two-frame as a mechanic is fine, but like, your two-frame moves shouldn't be mega kill moves. So yeah. Next up, we have the pits. Pit and Dark Pit are going to be the same thing. Honestly, I'm going to have Pit here, and I'm going to have Dark Pit. Where is Dark Pit? Where is Dark Pit? I'm going to have Dark Pit here. I think Nintendo did such a bad job with every single Echo Fighter that isn't named Ken. So every single Echo Fighter is going to go down here because they're lazy and stupid. And why are they separate characters? Why did Nintendo make such a big deal about... I actually don't remember if Simon's actually on this list. So Simon is also down here. Every Echo is down here. I don't understand why Echoes as a system were like, oh my god, like, it's gonna be just different characters. Like, they're entirely different slots. They're the same, except for Dark Pit. Like, Dark Pit's is technically the best of all these because he has two different moves that actually, like, do have gameplay differences, but they're just, they dropped the ball so much. Like, they should have just not had them in the game. I don't know why they decided to have them in the game for no reason. For literally no reason. It's so unnecessary. But Pit, so like them as a character, Pit and Dark Pit as a character, it's really good. Sorry, I didn't actually put him in the right spot. I think Pit is one of the best designed characters in the game. I think maybe, if anything, his down B is a little bit too strong in disadvantage. That's literally it. I think that his aerials are all well designed. I think they are really good with having some flaws in terms of consistency issues. I think it is very good for that. I don't think he has any egregious killing options, egregious killing combos. He's not frustrating to fight against unless you just have a particularly bad matchup. Like, I think one of the marquee things about this type of tier list is how frustrating is the character to fight in a good matchup, or like an even matchup. And I definitely think no one's going like, ugh, Pit, this is so hard for me. Like, if you're losing to Pit, it might be a hard matchup. You might get edge guarded or something like that. But I feel like generally his design is good. He's not that heavy. He's not that mobile, but he's like just mobile enough. And it's just everything enough, but he's still good, right? Like, I think Pit's very good. I think he's like just below top tier at this point. I think that Pit's design, fantastic overall. I genuinely don't see a flaw. I wish arrows were better because I'm a Brawl player and arrow looping was sick and you can't do that anymore. But I get it. It's fine. I think that his side B is way better design than his Brawl side B. But I think that like his moves are overall just fantastic, right? I think obviously some of them are strong, right? Forward smash is a strong move, back is a strong move. But I think overall his moveset, mwah, they are wonderful. Let's click a random one. Greninja. I think Greninja goes into the second tier of these are great, but that one thing is ... Because basically I genuinely like Greninja's design. He's gonna be a fast character, he's a squishy character. He can kind of edge guard. He's a little bit of a fast faller. He has high jumps. He can get to you a lot very easily. I think overall he is a well-designed character. But one thing that will be a consistent issue in terms of this list and things that I will complain about with basically every character that this is relevant for is hurtbox shifting is really, really annoying and really bad. And I think it is so hard to hit Greninja just because his dash is super low. I don't think characters should have dashes super low. And that's been a problem since, you know, Melee, where like Marth's dash and Sheik's dash are genuinely so low that a lot of rising aerials don't hit them. I think that's dumb because like when you're right movement wise, you are still wrong because he's short. I think that genuinely short characters are like really not healthy for the game overall, and this is coming from a Pika main, right? Like, I understand how dumb the mechanic is. I think that overall there are so many things that like make frustrating interactions which just lead to doing nothing, because if I can't approach a Greninja and do a rising aerial ever unless I super hard overshoot, that can be a bit of a problem, and I just don't like the fact that it is that difficult to hit people sometimes, not just because they're fast. Like, I think the gameplay ends up becoming a little bit boring sometimes because they're just fishing for dash attack or like down tilt and stuff like that. But I mean, that's just kind of like 7 years into a meta. Things can get boring in a game that doesn't have like the craziest freestyle combos known to man. So I think that like overall Greninja's gameplay is cool, but I just think he's too hard to hit because it's not like, again, it's not like he's just fast and hard to hit. Like, it's frustrating to hit him even when you are correct. So that's why Greninja is going to be here. Next up, we have Lucina. Lucina's design is fire. I cannot imagine a single person complaining about Lucina unless you genuinely just have like a -2 matchup versus her. I think she is arguably the best designed top tier in the game because she doesn't have anything that's so overwhelmingly good, right? Like everything is very good, but she doesn't have anything so overwhelmingly good that it centralizes the character. She can space, she can move, she has good edge guarding, she has good advantage states, she has a mediocre disadvantage state. I think they did a really good job of, you know, giving her flaws because her disadvantage is like, you know, very easy to hit if you are like top player / top tier character. But also her neutral is so strong, but it's not like things that are just like oppressively aggressive to the point where you just like have to back up and run away. It's a lot of like slow movements, a lot of interesting like intricacies of neutral, and same for like the advantage and stuff. You know, she doesn't really get super hard combos, like super big combos, but she also doesn't get comboed super hard because she has frame 1 escape. The frame 1 escape is really, really punishable. So if you are wrong, then you get super hard punished. It's kind of just like a lingering thing of Marth was the best designed Brawl character by far, and Lucina in this game kind of carries the torch. And since we're at Lucina, I can go to Marth. I think Marth, they did a really bad job on Marth. I think that, again, it's an echo thing. I think Lucina's design is better than Marth's in this game. I mean, Marth is clearly treated as the secondary character because tippers are really bad. I think they are also too strong. Like, they should have made his tippers slightly stronger than Lucina's, but like actual possible to hit. Kind of like Smash 4. Just they needed to like get rid of jab, basically. Like jab was basically the only actual problem in Smash 4. But like, why does Dancing Blade kill you at 50? Why does F Smash kill you at 40? In a game where that doesn't really happen for the most part, I don't understand why they were like, Marth, you'll never hit this, but also you kill people at 35. I don't think he needs like rework now because he still has his floatiness and his mix-ups and his spacing and still like the edge guarding, but then also sometimes you're edge guarding people until 165 and then they're still not getting a kill with back air because like they're heavy and you are playing a bad character. Because Marth is bad. You know, I think I would like if Marth was better. I don't care that Marth is bad necessarily because Lucina's really good, and I think if both of them were bad, that'd kind of be stupid. And I don't really have a necessary like, oh, I want Marth to be better than Lucina. In a game with as much speed as Ultimate has, they needed to give either his hitbox, you know, of tipper priority, or like, so like it overlapped if it overlapped with the medium hitbox, that it would just overtake it, or they needed to be bigger or something like that. Obviously there could be different designs, but again, these two characters were, you know, they weren't brought in as echoes, which is part of the problem. I mean, technically Dark Pit wasn't either, but like Daisy, Dark Samus, Simon or Richter, yeah, I don't know. I think they failed with Marth. This is like the one game, it's not even, again, necessarily that he's bad, but I think they failed with Marth in this game for sure. Pokemon Trainer. Honestly, Pokemon Trainer's design is really good overall. I think that the 3 characters do things that are very different. I think it's like a very fluid matchup, or like fluid character, because you know what all 3 characters want to do. The one thing, quote unquote, is just like, again, it's kind of an issue that I'm going to have with a couple characters, which like technically this is going to be like 2 issues because it's one with Squirtle and one with Charizard, which is the fact that Squirtle's F-tilt needs, like, I think all the moves that are fast and combo starters, like Squirtle F-tilt, Rob down tilt, Steve up tilt, I guess, should have more hit lag and hit stop, or like shield stun, or not shield stun, but shield lag. So that way it's not like ridiculously fast, because like if you get F tilted on shield, like you can't react to that unless you're God. Like I'm gonna really quickly go to ultimate frame data, and it's just so hard to see that move. So it just becomes like a straight mix up. Like it's 17 total frames with 6 frames of shield lag. So it is a 23 total frame move to react to, but of course you're not reacting to the beginning of it, and also again he's small and annoying, so it's hard to hit, which that moves shouldn't be able to just be used 3 times in a second. Like that's too fast. Like, I think it could still have the reward. I think everything about it is fine. I just think that every move should have, like, they don't need the 17 frames to be higher. They just need the shield lag frames to be higher so that you see it hit your shield and you go, okay, cool, defense. Because, like, defensive options are already pretty nerfed in this game, which is fine. Like, in terms of shield grab, in terms of certain out of shield options, because, like, the way jumps function and stuff like that. I don't think that is the best, but I do think that it could just be a little bit better designed overall. So yeah, I mean, I think overall Charizard's design is fine. It's like he's the hard-hitting one, Ivysaur's the weird mid-range one, and Squirtle's the light, frail one who's also trying to run at you, which is interesting. So yeah, I think that overall Pokemon Trainer's design is very good. I just wish that maybe back air was a little less strong for Charizard, and it's like it wasn't so encompassing. And then I just wish, like, literally for Squirtle, it's just F-tilt. Maybe the same thing with Greninja, where, like, his backdash is really good, but also he's not particularly fast, so... And he's light, so, like, him being a little bit harder to hit is, like, fine, whereas Greninja's not super light. Okay, next character. Puff. I'm gonna say that for Puff's design is really good in this game. I think that this is by far the best Puff design. Well, I don't know 64. So I'm gonna ignore 64, but since Melee, this is the best Puff design because Melee Puff is horse, right? Like she's honestly too squishy, she's too dumb. Her air, you know, Puff is crazy in that game. Brawl and Smash 4, she wasn't a character, and in this game, she's a character. She's a real character, right? She has solid kill moves. Like obviously this is post buff. I think the beginning of Puff's existence in this game was really bad. She was really, really bad. You know, I don't mind that she's floaty. I think her edge guarding is really good and strong. I like her downer combos. I think that she should have stuff like that it's not just only going to be a spacing war the entire time because that gets really boring. And she's not a sword character. That's not what she's supposed to do, right? The one thing is, this is actually a negative thing about the character, not a good thing that is too good, which is the fact that why does she have a frame 4 air dodge? It makes this character who is supposed to be light and floaty and mobile and annoying to hit really bad on getting hit. It's probably because rest is frame 1, so that way you can technically have a really high or like a really high risk thing be your combo breaker. But I think her air dodge should at least be frame 3, right? I think frame 3 is fine. Frame 2 is not. But like that's kind of the thing. Also, along with rest, I think if you hit rest, it should always star KO. I don't think you should ever get punished for killing someone. That's kind of dumb. But yeah, I think by far this is Puff's design in a Smash game. I just wish her air dodge, even if you don't want it to be frame 2, just frame 3. Why is frame 4 there? But I really like Puff's design. I think that she's very fun to play. I think that she's, you know, she's stressful to fight against because she like is kind of a touch of death character, but also her touch of deaths aren't like guaranteed or like really, you know, she's not a good enough character without them to the point where I'm like, oh, this is stupid. K. Rool. I really like K. Rool's overall, you know, design. I think his aerials are good. I think everything about him is good, except for the fact that I think he should have slightly, like, I think it should kind of be like swapped, right? Where you have slightly better combos, because I think K. Rool's combos are 100% dictated by Crown, which just makes you spam Crown a lot because you're just hoping someone messes up and runs into it, and then you get a forward, and then you get an up air, then you get whatever. So I think that that's really, it becomes really simplified, annoying gameplay. But I think they should also give him better combos so he doesn't have to spam Crown all the time. Like, I think they should make Crown's armor worse, or like they should like make it 1 faster, 2 Crown should, you know, just not be like as armored. So that way it was like a slower but comboing projectile with some armor, but it shouldn't be like armor the whole way through. So just, which I get, like that's game, right? Like I've played Donkey Kong Country. I know that that's the whole move, and then you jump over it as Donkey Kong and then jump back, and like I get it. But I just wish that his gameplay was less centered around Crown and more centered around, like, I don't know, maybe like Nair should pop up or something. I also think maybe up air shouldn't be a kill move, so that way up air could be like a juggle move. Like one of the things that I feel like is like very heavy, like it's heavy characters in this game, especially like maybe less so Ganondorf, but like Bowser and DK. It's like I hit you up, do the thing that keeps, like they have good advantage states for the fact that they're gonna get hit and explode. So at the very least, like they hit you, they're scary. But K. Rool's not super scary when he hits you, unless you were like are off stage and getting comboed into Spike. But again, you're getting comboed into Spike specifically by Crown. So that's it. Like it's just Crown. Like his gameplay is literally, can you deal with Crown? Can your character deal with Crown? Cool, you destroy the character. Can you not deal with Crown, or do you personally mess up? K. Rool wins, and that's the whole thing. Snake's up till this frame 4 and murders. It's not that good. It's also negative on shield between hits 1 and 2, so there's actually no mix-up. Like K. Rool's up air should just not be a kill move and be more of like a normal anti-air, air-to-air, and it shouldn't be like a 70 bajillion frame move. Like heavies generally don't struggle to kill, and I don't know why they were like, up air is gonna kill better than them, but like better than usual, but also it's going to be unusable in every other circumstance. So Ganondorf's down here. He's too, well, actually he's down here because he's too Falcon-like. They have Echo Fighters. If you're not an Echo Fighter, why are your moves so similar? Like change Warlock Punch, change Up Tilt. Those are so dumb. Like, they literally gave him like Falcon moves, and then we're like, but what if they're really bad? So I don't quite understand that. I don't know. He has no landing combo move. He just has moves that hit you out. So I don't know. Like, I don't even care if he's good or not. I just think he should be his own character. Wind Waker, like, actually make him Wind Waker, where like he's different and he has different moves. I don't know why he's still kind of a Falcon clone. I honestly didn't remember the fact that he was a Falcon clone. I genuinely don't understand why they were like, Falcon, and then they kept it this way when they've like branched off so many different designs. Like, they literally delineated Fox and Falco, which are like way more iconic than Ganon and Falcon in terms of like they're gonna stay the same design, and now they're entirely different characters literally since the first game that they like Brawl. They're very different in Brawl. So I don't know why they were just like, but Ganon, he's just bad Falcon, which is crazy because Falcon hasn't even been good in every Smash game. I'm gonna put Incineroar here. I think Incineroar is overall a good design. I think he has very strong aerials. I think his tilts are good. I think his ability to corner people and use side B is really good. The literal only problem I have with Incineroar, in terms of a gameplay perspective, is the fact that his side B has armor. Armored command grabs are all kind of dumb, like as a concept. There should be nothing like that. I think that, you know, he has flaws. I think his up B being, like, his recovery being bad isn't a bad thing, right? There's like 9 characters with bad recovery. Someone's gonna have a bad recovery. I think that's fine. But I don't think side B should have armor. Moves beat grab. Why do moves not beat grab, right? Like, that's literally it. I think otherwise his design is like really good. Like, you shouldn't have a super fast grappler. I think that's kind of dumb. Like, like he's the most grappler like of all the characters. Like, even like he's more of a grappler than like Donkey Kong or something. Like, I think he more is a grappler than like a quote unquote heavy. So I think that's totally fine. But I do think that side B shouldn't have armor. Like, having armor for a move that also kills you at 70 is dumb. And like, I think Revenge is fine. Maybe it should be like slightly toned down in terms of damage, but like, whatever, it's fine. He's a bad character. He needs something for projectiles, right? Like, that's the point. Maybe like, but he's almost here, but I just think armor on command grabs, especially ones that kill you at 70, like his command grab is way more easily complained about than suplex, because suplex doesn't kill you, whereas you try to hit an Incineroar and then you armor, or he armors through like your move to hit him out, and then you die at 70. But that's about it. I think Revenge is fine. I think the damage overall is fine because, like, whatever, it's Incineroar. Isabelle. So again, Isabelle's kind of similar to the Echoes, where like they could have done so many more interesting things. I feel like the moves they did make different than Villager are really cool. I love her design. Well, I mean, her jab is crazy good, but I think it's fine. I think her side B is really cool. I think hit grabs in general are probably my favorite type of command grab, especially because it's like really good off stage. I think her recovery is really interesting. I think the consistency factors for her are good. Maybe like here actually, because like she has some stuff that is really interesting. I like the differences between down B and side B. I think she's like the closest thing to an actual Echo Fighter that we have in terms of what people thought an Echo Fighter was going to be, because it's like, oh, here she has things that are different, but like she still has, you know, what, 7 of the same moves, because like technically all the aerials are the same except for Nair, and then down tilt's the same, F tilt's the same, up B is the same, neutral B is the same, right? But like her up tilt that's such a good move. Like, I love the moves they changed from Villager. I just wish that, like, there's so, again, I'm not an Animal Crossing person. I've never actually played Animal Crossing more than for like 2 hours or something, like maximum, like my entire, like all of Animal Crossing. But I'm sure there's so many things that you could do. Like, Animal Crossing has a billion things and a billion weapons and a billion, like, why not just attack with a fish? Or a bug, something. I mean, you have the bug catching net. I get that for a grab. But like, there's so many things in Animal Crossing. Why did you just make 90% of them the same as Villager? Like, I wish there was more interesting things for her. But the things they did change are great. It's a great direction. I just think they need to do more. Ike. Ike's a hard one. I'm gonna put Ike here. I don't think his design is awful. I think that, you know, this game definitely has the best Ike design so far. But man, it really just became Nair the character, huh? They really made him Nair the character, and why would they do that? I like, it's different than the other Fire Emblem characters, which I guess is nice, because you like are not going to just, well, like, I don't know. I feel like there's so many more interesting ways to do sword. Like, it's so annoying because so many of the swords are like, they have so many different options they want to go for. Like, the fast falling nature of Roy and Chrom super delineates them from Marth and Lucina, and I feel like Ike deserves more, like maybe like, you know, jab grab mix-ups, or like a better close quarters game where he doesn't necessarily rely on his sword that much or something. I don't know, man. Like, obviously he's not good, but I think even if he was good, or when he was good, like at the beginning of the meta, I think it just was still near the game. So it's like, do you know how to deal with this one move? Cool, you know the matchup, and like that's it. Or like his, like, not even his advantage. I think they just could have made his neutral more interesting. Like, and I don't care that he's bad. I don't think bad characters are inherently like here. Like, and I don't think good characters are inherently here. Let's go with Mii Brawler. I'm gonna put him here. Mii Brawler is by far the best designed Mii. I think that Swordfighter just has really bad budget of a lot of other moves. I think that's Gunner. Gunner's honestly very unique, but also projectile, like the projectiles are really dumb and like annoying and unintuitive. I think Brawler, if you remove his specials, has a great kit. I think that he is very fun, he's very fluid, he feels very freestyle, and this is of course going to be partially biased because I play the character. But like, Mii Brawler has so many things that you can do and so many intricacies, and then they made Helicopter Kick kill you at 30, and they made Thrupper kill you on platform at 40. That's dumb. I think that a lot of his gameplay just revolves around get person on platform, kill them, when he could have so much more. He has so much more that he could do. I like how they designed his disadvantage for the most part. I think that both BDK and down B like are fine. I think shot put's a committal projectile, but it has its benefits. But like, the up Bs are just so good, and I wish they were just slightly toned down. Like, I mean, I don't want them to be personally because I play the character and it's broken, but I don't think, like, those moves don't look like they should kill that early. Especially Heli Kick. I think Heli Kick is way worse of a design than Thrupper, because Heli Kick just, it doesn't look like it should kill you, and then you're literally dead at like 50. Like, you get hit with a landing up air or a down tilt at edge at 50 and you die. What? Why is that? I think that's really bad. I'll just do all the Miis now, actually. Might as well while I'm here. I think Gunner is kind of here as well. I love Gunner's zoning is probably the most unique zoning in the game. Basically, every other zoner is I'm going to sit here and charge a projectile and shoot the projectile, or it is I'm going to grab this item and then throw this item. Whereas Gunner is very unique in terms of forward air, in terms of down tilt and stuff like that. But I do think that there are a couple of things that they missed. Again, I wish, like, in this game, you have zoners that are also combo characters. And then they were like, Gunner, no, you get up thrown air. And that's it. I don't understand, like, why they did that. I also think that the side B is just a bad design move. I think the invisible side B is, like, should not exist. But I think she's better designed as a zoner than most other zoners, but I don't think that, like, missiles should have more cooldown. The bomb shouldn't be plus 10 on shield when you shield it. Like, you shouldn't get a guaranteed grab from that. I think, you know, I don't know why they made that a multi-hit on shield. Kind of dumb. Like, there are some things that they miss with this character. I also wish that she had, like I think her forward air is, like, one of the coolest moves for zoning in the game. I personally am really bad at using it, but I think it is so sick. But I think Grenade is really bad. I think down B is a really good move. I think they designed that very well. I liked it more in Smash 4, but that's because it was better. But like, I really don't like missiles, and I really don't like Grenade. I think Charge Shot is fine because it's not a zoning Charge Shot. It's like a kill move Charge Shot, so it's more like Melee and Samus. Or sorry, Samus and Melee, which I think is fine. But I just think that the missiles become... Like, I think they should make forward air maybe a little bit better, and then make the projectiles themselves, like the missiles and... the Grenade a little bit worse. Because then if she had to, like, if she like had the kill move, Charge Shot, and then you're like kind of messing around, you're fighting, and you're able to do stuff, and then you're able to, like, maybe not combo to Charge Shot, or maybe like make Charge Shot weaker, so comboing into it's okay. But I just think that, like, the zoning overall is really cool, but I just, by God, sometimes it is so frustrating and annoying. And Mii Swordfighter, I also kind of think is here. It's so interesting. Like, the Miis have so much cool stuff. Like, and they're bad for different reasons, or like not great for different reasons. I think Mii Swordfighter is really cool, but also some of his moves are just like strict downgrade, like very heavily downgrades from other moves. Like, it's not like, oh, some of the specials that are similar are better and some are worse. Like, they're all, well, I guess his stabs are pretty good. I don't know. Maybe Swordfighter's actually here. Like, I think that Swordfighter is like low-key. Is he the best design? Because I mean, sword characters inherently are like cooler and better design in my opinion than brawler characters. I don't know. I have to think. Because like I think people don't know Mii Swordfighter. Well, like the optimal Mii Swordfighter set is here, but then there's still Mii Swordfighter. I think Brawler's here. But Mii Swordfighter just like, he's a weird mix of Swordfighter Zoner, which I don't dislike. Like I think inherently, like, you know, this and to some extent Robin are very cool designs because they're sword character with zoning, but the, you know, each of them are slightly worse than, you know, if you were a zoner or just like a sword character. I really like some Sword Fighter's moves. I think him having a reflect is very, like, reflect and counter both make sense. I think that his thrusts are very fun. It helps his recovery. I like his up Bs a lot in terms of like being better for recovery, more versatile for recovery, or then just like bad recovery, murder move, add a shield move. I wish they just, like, it's so weird because like some of his moves are so cool, right? I like his down tilt a lot, even though it has a similar issue to Squirtle's where like it should have more shield stun if you hit someone's shield, so you can, you know, punish it a little bit easier. But like, I feel like for some of his moves, they were like really uninspired. So I don't know. I think that it has like a lot of potential. I just feel like there's like something wrong. It's definitely better than Smash 4 in my opinion. I think Smash 4 Mii Swordfighter was like very, very boring. But also that's because he was really bad, whereas he's a lot better in this game, like inherently. So like, it's weird because he's like a pretty decent character too. Like I think he's underrated. But yeah, I think he's definitely better designed than Mii Gunner. But, and this is again not really ordered, I'm just doing that for now because I'm talking about it, but like, I don't know, there's something missing with him. I wish like maybe, like it's so weird because I'm like, well, he doesn't have like a strong advantage state compared to like a lot of sword characters. It's like, well, they're making him different. It's like, yeah, but is that the thing you want to make different? I like Shuriken as a projectile. I think Tornado is really boring. That's how I feel. I'm factoring how faithful the character is to the Source franchise. Nope. Dr. Mario. He's basically an Echo Fighter. They need to do him better. Dr. Mario, in all the games he's been in, has been really boring. Obviously, he's better in Melee than Mario, so like he is the main Mario, but like, it's just Mario, but depending on if the stats are good or not, it's a good, but except they made him really slow and bad. This character shouldn't exist. Like, there's no reason for him to exist as well as Mario, in my opinion. Like, they can just combine them. I don't know. I feel like it's so weird to just like have a character that's like, hey, it's this character, but really bad. It's like, oh, but his up B kills singular and forward air. It's like, okay, cool, I guess. They should just make him his own character. Like, they can make Luigi, who in all the other games is very similar to Mario, and then they were like, but what if he's very different now? Like starting in Smash 4. Because even in Brawl, they were relatively similar, I think. I don't 100% remember, but like, they have a lot of similar aspects, and they were like, actually, we're going to delineate them, except for Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario's going to be very the same. It's like, why? That's so dumb. Like, that's why I like the difference between, like, Ness and Lucas, right? Which I'm going to put Ness here also. Like, Ness and Lucas are sourced from very similar games. Obviously, it's the same franchise, and they play not even close to the same because they changed their fall speed. They changed how most of, like, they have very few moves that are the same. Even the projectiles that are quote-unquote the same are literally different. Pika Fire does not function the same way for either character. Pika Thunder doesn't function the same way. Psy Magna doesn't function the same, even though they're all technically the same thing. Why did they just make Doc and Mario bad as opposed to, like, different? I don't know. I also, as we're here, I really like Ness's design in this game overall. I think he's one of the coolest characters in the game. However, I think his hitboxes are too big. That's literally it. He's a close range character that, in my opinion, has a lot of cool stuff. Like, obviously, if you're gonna be like playing an Elite Smash, I'm just gonna spam Pika Fire Ness. It's very boring. Any character can play like that. Like, there's a lot of dumb things. Like, I like his combo ability. I like his combo routes. They're also very difficult, so I'm not really gonna play like, oh my god, he has an infinite. It's like, yeah, but his infinite's like so impossible that like it's fine. Is side tilt their only shared move? No, they don't even have, their side tilts are different. Ness's is his foot, and then Lucas's is the magnet, or like his stuff. But, so yeah, I guess there's two things. So it's not technically one thing, it's two things. I think his hitboxes are too big, and like they beat out a lot of stuff they shouldn't. Like, they should be like normal close quarter combat character hitboxes, and they're just bigger for some reason. And then also, yo-yo two-frame. I think that lingering two-frame moves are bad. Kind of what I talked about with Lucas, right? Where it's like, down smash is dumb. Down smash and up smash are dumb. Like, you shouldn't have moves that linger and two-frame at the same time. It should be one or the other. That's kind of something that Mii Gunner gets as well, which is like, oh, neutral B, it covers the two-frame forever. Like, basically, there are going to be a lot of characters that are here strictly off of that one complaint because they're like, throw off stage. cover high, hit you low because there's nothing you can do about it. Like technically there is something to do about it. There's a lot of characters for Ness because like it depends on the multi-hit rate of, you know, arrows, because you can actually beat out, you know, his yo-yo with some stuff, but like it also just sends at such a low angle. If it's gonna do what it does, it should at least send at like 45 degrees and not horizontal. Why did they do that? So yeah, that's like, honestly, yo-yo's the main thing. His hitboxes are secondary, but his hitboxes maybe are frustrating more to me as a close quarter combat character, but like they're still stubby compared to sword characters, so like I guess it's fine. Ooh, Chrom and Roy, by some extension, right? I'll do both of them. I think it's this. I think that, again, I feel like this is more excusable as an Echo because at the very least the gameplay changes, because the way the hitboxes work, Roy and Chrom have to play inherently different. So even though it's an Echo and they did really bad with all the Echoes, I think this is the best of the Echoes because it's still different a little bit. I wouldn't put Chrom up here because I think they should not have given him the up B they did. I think that in order to make him worse, instead of just making him the most edge-guardable character in the game, they should have just made his move slightly weaker and then kept a good recovery. Like not the worst recovery in the game. I don't understand why they gave him the worst recovery in the game. They were like, yeah, it's Ike's up B, but dog shit. I don't understand why they did that. Even if you had like a normal, like a relatively normal up B, like a Mario up B or something, like a Brawler up B, something. Because like, you know, I don't think necessarily he deserved Dolphin Slash or anything like that, but like why the worst, like why terrible Ike up B? Give it something. And also, why can it just kill at 0? That's dumb, right? Like I don't like that either. Same for Ike, but like Ike deserves it more, whereas Chrom combos you off stage into SD kill move. I think that's kind of dumb. I think they should have given Ike side B. Low key, if they're gonna give him the up B, they should have given him the side B. I agree with that. Otherwise, the gameplay's good because now we can talk about Roy. I think Roy's gameplay is overall very good. I think that they are a well-designed, fast sword fighter. They are very strong. They have a bunch of good stuff. They have a mediocre disadvantage. They kind of die off stage, which I get that. Like, I think that's fine for both characters, even though Chrom's is like way worse. The one thing about Roy that I think is bad is I think that his ground moves have too much shield pushback. I think that if they're going to be as rewarding as they are, they should be slightly more risky, or things need to be slightly less strong. Like back air should kill slightly later, or side B shouldn't kill at 50. I think that side B is one of the dumbest moves in the game. I don't know why they made that a mega kill move. They could have just made it kill at 90 like normal moves, like Chrom's side B. I don't know why they decided that this move's gonna kill at 65. I don't get it. That's like the main thing, is side B's really dumb. Like the other stuff is like fine. Like it's just like a personal critique of just like, you're gonna have one of the best combo moves in the game. Also, it has no negative. Like the negative is someone avoided your really fast big sword. Down tilt is -3. Yeah, I don't know why his sweet spot down tilt is -3. It should be like -5. So at least, or like 6 or something like that. It shouldn't be as safe as it is. That's it. That's mostly it. I mean, he's really close. He's really close to like up here. And let's go get an up there type of character, because I think that that tier needs more love. Mega Man. God, they designed this character so good. Now, he was really bad design at the beginning because of all the leaf shield crap. But like, I cannot describe to you how good Mega Man's design is, not only from it's clearly Mega Man perspective, but God, is he such an interesting character to fight, because pellets are a very unique projectile, similar to Mii Gunner. It's the one thing I like about Mii Gunner. And I just think that like Mega Man's so interesting as zoner. He has like a projectile that latches onto you. He has an item. He has his nair. He has like not really combo moves. Like he's like a dedicated zoner, but also not a super zoner, because he still wants to like mix you up. He wants you to like add a shield. God, it's so cool. I think there are so many cool things. Again, maybe his like, well, no, because if his air pellets had more hit stun, then they'd be like broken. I was gonna say more hit like lag, so you're stuck in the air or something. But like, he's so cool. I feel like when you lose to Mega Man, it's either a really bad matchup or you're just getting like outsmarted. And yes, I like watching Peebnut a lot, okay? This is partially the fact that I'm like, you can make this character sing. And I don't feel like, even with like the best Mega Man stuff, maybe up air should be changed a little bit because I think it's weird. But like, God, this character's so sick. I think he's the perfect blend of zoner, wants to be in your face, because it's not like his combos are oppressive. It's not like his item is super oppressive, even though it can be really good, but also there's RNG for it to disappear. But like, damn, it's just he's so cool. he's so cool. Maybe Downer shouldn't be plus. Maybe Downer should be slightly worse in disadvantage. But like even like down B for disadvantage tool is like fine, because it just kind of puts you in a position where it's like, hey, if you add a shielded, it's a mix up there, but then you can kind of get around it because they have to like footstool off of your body, but you can like roll it, so they actually just burn their double jump, and then you can hit him, and then when he doesn't have a double jump, his recovery is really interesting. Like everything about this character, I feel like is like so well thought out. He's so like he's the best designed character that we've talked about so far. He's so sick. He's so sick. Like I don't know. Maybe it's because I plus bajillion this character with Pika, so I never actually have to worry about him, that I just get to appreciate him, but I think he's so cool. I think Toon Link is the best Link design. I think that he has some combos. I think that he's fast and his projectiles are good, but they're not overbearingly good. I think they like are important to neutral, but you know, he has flaws. He doesn't have, you know, a crazy good combo game. He doesn't have a crazy good everything, but he's just solid and consistent. I think that he has the best Link design. He's also floaty, so his disadvantage can be mediocre. Like, you know, his getting juggled is mediocre. It means he's better off stage. But I think that of the Links currently, I think Smash 4 Link, like Smash 4 Adult Link, is the best designed Link in the entire series. But I think that Toon Link is a really good design in this game. You know, sometimes getting hit by Bomb Fair sucks. You die at 85, but like it's good, but it's normal, right? I think that he is the epitome of the original thought of Link, where it's like he is a character that has some pretty good moves, that is kind of a zoner, that is kind of not a zoner. I think that he is the best designed Link in Smash Ultimate by far. Like by far. Because we can go to Big Link now. Because I'll just talk about the links, I suppose. Where is Big Link? I like shuffled things, so I shouldn't have done that. Whereas I'm going to put Link here. Adult Link is so close to perfect. But the thing is, it's not like one thing is bad about his design to put him up here, right? I think that Adult Link is so close to what they wanted him to be. But the problem is, he has two modes, and they do not work with each other, right? You are either going to be Z-drop, Nair, Link, I'm just trying to hit you, or you are running away and using forward air, and still Nair, because Nair's a good move, and you're shooting all your projectiles. And there is no mixture between them. There's no melding of the two sides. Like, I feel like Mega Man has the ability to mix his zoning in with his, offensive pressure. I feel like Link, he either is offensive pressuring, or he's running away. I think that his down B is a cool designed move, but it is so necessary for his recovery that you never want to actually use it because you need to use it for recovery, but then you're not doing some of his coolest offensive stuff, which is super sick. Like, there's just no synergy. Someone said the synergy in chat. So like, that's the perfect move. There's no synergy between his two modes. And that's like, it's so close. It's so close, but they just don't mesh. They're so, like, the two modes are both individually, decent. Like, again, I'm not going to just be like, Zoner is bad, because I'm not, again, 7. But, like, he's so close. Like, if there was, like, one better move that tied it together, maybe if back air was, like, slightly different. Like, if his back air was more like a Mithra back air or something. So he could do, like, Z-drop, back air, hit up. Okay, now you throw the bomb up and then dash back and air dodge, boomerang. Like, I feel like Link, especially Breath of the Wild Link, and by extension, Tears of the Kingdom, like, the entire point of that is you get to meld your offense and your defense, or you get to, like, be sneaky, or you get to do this thing. But, like, I feel like he just becomes a machine one way or the other. He's either a camping machine or a Nair machine. Like, I don't know. I just wish that was slightly different. I'm realizing I don't think I'm going to have a lot of characters at the top. And then by extension, Young Link is, technically better designed than, like, again, I think he's a worse overall design than Link, but I think Link is super close to being perfect. But I think that Young Link is, like, cool, but also his moves don't work. I think his moves should work. I don't know, my back air is so bad. I think Young Link is very interesting as a very fast, mobile, zoner combo character, but then his moves don't work and his combos don't work. So, like, they didn't even do what they wanted to do, because I hate back air. This is me complaining about back air for, like, the 17 billionth time in the past, like, 3 weeks. I hate Young Link back air so much. I don't know why the move just doesn't function correctly. Like, Link's functions way better. I don't know why Young Link's doesn't function. Because I think fine being like, oh, you're fast, you have projectiles, but they're, like, kind of linear projectiles. And then you get, like, I think maybe he does too much damage. Like, in terms of his, like, why does Fair 1 do so much damage? Like, I feel like, or, like, down till just, like, 14 or something. I don't get exactly why that's the case, but, like, I think he's close. I think he's really close, but God, his moves just don't function the same way. And that's why Toon Link is better, because Toon Link does exactly what Toon Link is going to do, and Young Link, you try to do what Young Link wants to do, and then it doesn't work. Unless you need to be an expert. But why do you need to be an expert for back air? It's a move. You ever realize how crazy it is that just like hair grows out of your skin? Let's go, a different character. Duck Hunt. I think Duck Hunt's design is really good. I think that Duck Hunt is the second, like, I think that Mega Man and Duck Hunt are the most unique zoners in the game. I think that there's a lot of intricacy to Duck Hunt's gameplay because of can positioning, because of B reversing, because of a billion things. I don't think his close quarter combat is particularly scary, but his projectiles lead into his close quarter combat in a way that is very fun, in a way that is very cool to watch. Obviously, if you don't like zoners, you're not gonna like fighting the zoner character. But maybe here actually, because I don't think that can being frame 1, I think it should be frame like 3. Again, I think honestly, I think the fastest escape option should be frame 3, unless it is an option that is ridiculously punishable. Like, I think things being like frame 1 invincible, like Lucina's uppy, are fine, because then they fall to the ground, and there's nothing they can do. I think that being like can, and then you bait out the can, and then they just get to roll away anyway. Yeah, I think that's the one thing, is like, no escape option that is not really punishable should be frame 1. But that's about it. I think otherwise the design is really cool. I think maybe they should kill a little bit better. Like, they should just have like a kill move, like a normal kill move that isn't just back air. Or like a kill throw at like 170. Like a worse Pika up throw. Like, I think it's not like as boring of a zoner as like Samus or Mewtwo or like Hero or Min or Pac-Man. So I think it's fine. I think he's like pretty interesting. He's gonna go up here. Again, tiers orders no matter, but I want to put him up there. So Game & Watch is down here. I think that Game & Watch, again, to be clear, this isn't because he's broken. This isn't because he's really good. Again, some of the best characters in the game will be in the higher, at least 2 tiers. Game & Watch is down here because there are so many characters and so many positions where they say, checkmate, which is having you above them or having you at ledge. Like, there are like 80% of the cast simply cannot deal with Chef off the stage because they decided that for some reason you could control Chef, and also each individual piece does 8%, which is a lot for a projectile like that. 8% is so much percent. Also, up air is really dumb. It's a projectile that you cannot ping with for some reason. You can ping with most projectiles in the game if you do enough damage. And for some reason, for Mega Man's up air, it's not even transcendent. It's not even like they made it the property that you can't interact with it, like Fox Laser or Mega Man up air, where you literally, they're just things that you can't interact with. You can interact with Game Watch up air. You hit it, and then it goes through it anyway. It's like Meta Knight, Tornado, and Brawl, which, a bad comparison. If your move is getting compared to that, that's a problem. Also, of course, one of the biggest things about him is the fact that he has really ambiguous animations because he's blocky and he's annoying and he's weird. So things like neutral get up happen and there's not a fluid movement. It just goes, and it's 3 unique like frames or whatever. That's really bad. It also is the same thing for when he's going to cross up. He doesn't have fluid movement except during his dash and his airs. But like, he does a dash attack and he's not like sliding across the stage. He goes here, teleport to here, teleport to here, teleport to here, which is really dumb. I think it makes it so difficult to deal with. And of course, these issues wouldn't be as bad wouldn't be as big of a deal if he was bad, because it's like, oh, all these things are annoying, but they don't really matter. But him being really good means it's like, hey, you can't see his animations. You can't deal with a lot of positions that he is in, and also you can't get off the ledge, you can't get down. So he literally is just a character that anti-airs you once and kills you. I don't understand why they made his upper like that. So yeah, he just exists in one spot and then teleports. This is one of the worst design moves in the entire game. Chair lingers too long. Again, I just think he needs more fluid animations. Like, it's fine. Like, I think it would be fine if he existed at like 20 frames per second instead of 60 frames per second like every other character. But like, sometimes it's 4 frames per second. Like, dash attack lingers for so long. Min. Low-key, I'm not as much of a Min hater as a lot of people are. I think Min is, I get it. I understand what they were trying to do with Min. I think they misfired because I think they made her slightly too mobile. I also low-key think they made her disadvantage slightly too bad. I think they should have made her a more rounded zoner. That, you know, like, I don't know. I think the frame data and the frame advantage stuff is just slightly off. Like, I think maybe you shouldn't be able to cancel your arms as late as you do, so there's less mix-up. So it's not, you know, Ram Dragon. Like, there's a smaller cutoff window for the interruptible as soon as window, or like your second move, basically. Because I think she's really good. Like, I think her design is sick. I think overall, the concept is, again, it's crazy for fighting games. But like, I think overall the concept makes sense. But I just think that there's too much mix-up and it puts too much mental stack on the opponent. Of course, the negative of her is her disadvantage is really bad. But I think that they should make her disadvantage slightly better, but make her offense neutered a little bit. I think her offstage is fine. I think maybe like in the air you're able to do the things more, but then if someone stays on the ground, then you're fine or something like that. I think there's something like that should be one of the things. But I just, man, they're so close with this character. I think the Min Min is sick. I mean, in a lot of matchups it's really broken, but I think that they were so close to making a sick character. Get rid of down-angled Ram. Yeah, I think Ram's hitbox should not exist the way it does. I think the initial down angle is like fine. Again, lingering 2-frame moves, not great. But like, I think the biggest issue with Min Min is low-key the fact that Ram is active for like half of the loop around. I don't think that should be a thing. I think that's kind of dumb. Also, why does she have a reflector? That makes no sense. So like, projectile should be able to do good versus her, but they don't. Like, I think if she gets tweaked, she can be a very cool and interesting and dynamic character. I just think that right now that's not what we have. But like, I get it, but I get what they wanted. I understand the concept. I think they just were kind of crazy. Reflector's faithful to the game. Oh, okay. I didn't play ARMS like that, so I don't know. I think, again, similar to what I said about Ness's yo-yo, I think that if you are going to have a move that like hits like that, it shouldn't send out. It should send up. So I think it should at the very least put you in an okay recovering position instead of just like, oh, you're dead. I'm just going to keep looping this over and over again with like no issue. I think moves like that should just send higher up, and it's fine. Joker. Initial patch Joker is here. Current Joker is here. I think that when Gun was super duper broken, this character was absurd and not fun because of the fact that offstage was just like RNG if you were going to die or not. Now, that's not the case, or it has to be Arsene where the guns are better. So I think currently he's fine. He's a fast, annoying character. Maybe, again, at most, he's here because his dash is so small. His dash is so small and it's so short. And I think that characters deserve to do any rising aerial and hit him. So he's like the highest of this tier or the lowest of this tier, because I think that, again, similar to what I said about Greninja, like that's a problem. But I think overall Joker's game plan and his moves are a lot more dynamic than Greninja's, even though like Arsene's very good, but like whatever. Good things aren't inherently bad, right? Like I think his buff also leading to a nerfed recovery and like a more baitable down B is like really cool. I think, you know, having a different mode, like again, maybe, I guess I'm going to put him here because I don't think you should just start with Arsene, your second and third stock. I don't know why that's the case. You still get it at 70, like you would get it at 70. 70's fine. I don't know why I need to be 42. He was, sorry, maybe like pre-patch he was here, but like post-patch he's probably here because like there's just some decisions that I don't know why they did that. But like a lot of his design and stuff was well thought out. I just think Down Gun was very strong, and I think that he's a little too short, and maybe his counter shouldn't hit below the ledge, but that's like a matchup specific thing that's kind of annoying. I don't know why he's heavy. It's fine that I mean, he's like midweight, because 100 to 86 is 14, 86 to, I mean, there's like anomalies, but like most characters, 86 to 75. And then from here, it's heavy, and then it's super heavy. You know, there's a difference between being slightly heavier than you expect. Like the thing is, Joker is all those things, but also he has a frame 3 air dodge. Frame 3 air dodge, which is something important because you want to talk about the next fucking character that we need to talk about, who is very close to being perfect. Honestly, very, very close to being perfect. He's one of the better designed characters in this game, but there's one glaring issue with this character, because let's go back to weight. Let's find Wolf. Wolf is 92. He is clearly in the midweight area, right? Because again, we've kind of established that like lightweight is like starting with like Zelda and Sora. Maybe like Falco is actually the cutoff for lightweight. Wolf is quite a bit heavier than that. He's like 7 spots higher, and he has a frame 2 fucking air dodge. Why? He has like the best air mobility in the game and a frame 2 air dodge. I don't understand. There's no negative for it. It's just good. That's like, I don't know why they did that because I think his aerials are very cool. I think his movement is very cool. I just think he shouldn't have a frame 2 air dodge that is literally as good as the characters that die when you are wrong all the time. Mythra also has a frame 2 air dodge. You're really saying, oh, but Mythra has a frame 2 air dodge. Everyone hates Foresight. Foresight's one of the most dog shit mechanics in this game. It's cool. It's faithful to the game. No one likes it. So comparing it to a horse shit dog ass mechanic is kind of proving my point. But I think like he has unique projectile. He has, you know, a lot of cool pressure. I think that maybe his back air is a little, it shouldn't auto cancel like that, but like whatever. But I think that, you know, Wolf is overall like a really good design. I just think frame 2 air dodge is like egregious for a character this heavy and a character this mobile. All of the mobile characters have good air dodges and are light, or they are Puff and are really mobile and have frame 4 air dodge, which again is a bad thing. I think her air dodge should be frame 3. I think both these characters should have frame 3. Maybe Puff should have frame 2. I don't know, but she has All Stars Rest, so whatever. Should not have frame 2 air dodge. Should not have frame 2. That's so dumb. That's like the main thing. Speaking of characters that don't deserve frame 2 air dodges, Sonic. Same issue, frame 2 air dodge. Sonic should not be a character with some of the best disadvantage in the entire game strictly because he has frame 2 air dodge, especially because he doesn't even need frame 2 air dodge because he has Spring. Do I need to explain Sonic? It's just not fun. It is inherently an unfun game plan all the time. Every single thing is dumb. He has like his disadvantage is like one of the best disadvantages in the entire game. He does way too much damage. He kills way too early. Like everything about him is so stupid. Just to be clear, this isn't because he's really good. Sonic's design in Brawl was also really bad and he was mid-tier. Which in that game was very not good. How much more does a frame 2 air dodge help in Ultimate? A lot. I wish there was a way to have a mix-up to punish spin charge, but there isn't, because I don't think a single character in this game, if he does mediocrely charged spin charge through you and then jumps, I don't think a single character can punish it out of shield. Why does Side B go through shield too? Side B is invincible, and then they still make it go through it. We're like, why is that? Like, that move should maybe stop on your shield. I know it does sometimes. I don't quite understand why. It stops sometimes, so it doesn't stop other times. But yeah, they need to either remove this fucking character or actually make him any type of dynamic. He's so not dynamic, and it's so unfun. I think Spin Dash shouldn't exist. I think that having invincibility is really dumb. You want to know a character with a perfect design, chat? Or very close to perfect design? Pichu. I think Pichu is the best designed Pokemon character, because he is really good on offense, has a ton of damage. He's surprisingly not that small. He's somehow bigger than Pika, right? Like, applicably, he's bigger than Pika. He's not that fast. Has a negative from zoning, but the zoning tool is really good because T-Jolt is broken. He kills you, he dies. Pichu's design is really good in this game. It was a little really dumb at the beginning. Pika's design was better than pre-patch Pichu, but currently, Pichu's design is so good. Is he mediocre? Yes, but he's really good. Is that bad design, the pre-Evo being bigger than Pika? It's not about the fact that, like, oh, like, again, I'm not talking about, like, oh, it has to be accurate to the game, because like Olimar should be like 3 inches tall, because like he's just a well-designed glass cannon, whereas Pika being that small is obnoxious. Because let's talk about Pika. I think Pika's here. I think that a lot of Pikachu stuff is very interesting. I think Thunderjolt is too strong, and I think he's too small, and I don't think he should have a wall jump. Like, again, from a I play Pikachu perspective, I love the changes they made to Pika. I think T-Jolt riding up the wall is fantastic. I think Thunderjolt is the best it has ever been. I think that's true by far. Maybe Brawl's T-Jolt was better because Brawl, you know, but Brawl was campy, so whatever, different game. But like, I think Pika is too small. I think he should not pancake the way he does. I think Pika players get away with so much because he just pancakes, and he has overall the most egregious pancakes in the game. Not necessarily his movement, but his like landing back air, his landing air. Like, those things just become unpunishable for no reason. You can grab her up, be out of shield. Oh, do you know how? There's literally a famous clip of Lima parrying all the hits of my Nair and then grabbing and then whiffing. I think that his offense is designed well. I think Nair loops are fine, even if a little boring, but you can SDI out of them and make it difficult. I think that upper bridges are technical and difficult enough that it's fine. I think that his back air is like really strong, but I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with drag off the stage combos, because it's just like an archetype of combo, because, you know, some characters are going to hit you off stage, some characters are going to hit you up, right? Like, I think that's fine. Like, Roy also hits you off stage. He's just not a character that's also going to edge guard you. I think that Thunder's cool, but I think being able to just do Skull Bash quick attack off stage is really lame. And I think that his quick attack should probably have, I don't know how you fix quick attack, because like you obviously need invincibility on ledge grab. I mean, I don't think Skull Bash should send it to free fall. I think that'd be really bad. But I think maybe Skull Bash should like take your double jump, because like I think quick attack is just a move that is designed to be good. But I think maybe doing side B should take your double jump, or it should act like float where you use a side B and then you don't have it anymore. But like I think something needs to be done about his ability to stall. Absolutely, I think that is 100% the case. And I think Thunder Jolt is a little bit too good for offense. I think it needs to be slightly worse. I think it either needs to be faster so I can't just run behind it super easily. Again, I love it. I love being able to just run at people with T-Jolt. That's great. But I think it's just a little bit too easy to just get everything going, and then his everything is very good. I think it should be a little bit harder to be I think it should be harder to be both defensive and offensive as Pikachu, because his defense is really good and his offense is also really good. So again, I think they are great, but like he's short, and also some things are slightly too strong. Oh, speaking of Pokemon, Mewtwo. They need to give it back double jump canceling. I think that double jump cancel would fix a lot of this character's problems, because I feel like currently he's in this weird, awkward position. If you want more details on this, you can watch the Fire the Pyro video, which I'll put in the corner up above. But I think there's just a lot of things about Mewtwo that just, it doesn't mesh. Again, it's a kit that has things that doesn't mesh, right? I don't care about Tail Hurt Box, whatever. But like, he doesn't have enough combos so that you want to zone with him. But then, like, the zoning is really unfun and boring. But also, you don't want him to be like Smash 4, because in Smash 4, he was also Horse, right? Because of his air dodge, because of Nair being, like, broken. But I feel like there's just, like, I feel like the next game, if they continue to tweak Mewtwo, he will be great in terms of design. I just think there's something missing. How goes Smash 4 Mewtwo design? Significantly worse. I think Melee has the best Mewtwo design. It's just he's bad. Ryu's design. Haha, we can talk about Shoto's. Where is Ryu? They're down here. I think that Ryu's design is really dumb because of auto turnaround. I think without auto turnaround, it's okay. I think the fact that you can cancel every single thing into every single other thing, including other tilts, is really dumb. I understand it's similar to Street Fighter. I get it, because you can crouching jab, or crouching light kick, crouching light punch, over and over and over again. God, is it so frustrating in a game where that literally isn't ever the case. I think it is one of the cases of breaking the mold that is really infuriating. Ironically, these two characters, because of that, have a worse design than, because Terry, the thing about Terry that is like really dumb is the fact that some things auto-cancel in ways that are absurd, like Power Dunk. And again, canceling moves in general every single time, like you shouldn't be able to cancel things on shield basically ever. I think that should just be a negative that you can't do that, and that you go like down tilt, down tilt, down tilt, as like we'll go back to Ryu and Ken. We'll go down tilt, down tilt, down tilt, and then actually have the entire animation of down tilt. I think Terry is dumb because auto cancel Power Dunk is really stupid as like an individual move. And there's some things that are just like, wow, that is just a strong combination of things. But he doesn't have these spam moves on your shield like the other characters, because his down tilt is -6. Again, he can read you and do like down tilt into special move and hit the out of shield, or you know, use his charge thing, or use whatever. I think that like both of the characters can do that. But I do think that Ryu and Ken should be below that, because their moves by themselves break the rules of the game, whereas Terry's one specific mechanic breaks the rule of the game, which is really dumb, and then also like Power Dunk auto cancels ridiculous. I think maybe he's a little bit too simple. I think maybe he should like have to string more things together. But if you just changed the numbers on Terry stuff, things become better. I think you have to inherently change the way that these moves function for it to like really be like a true go as a bullshit mechanic. It's a comeback mechanic. Comeback mechanic's kind of silly. I think maybe you should lose go when you kill your opponent. I think that's how most of those things should work. But like, I still think these characters are designed worse. And let's finalize the FGC characters with Kazuya. So ironically, a lot of the stuff I just talked about, Kazuya is not as bad as the others, because he cannot cancel anything into anything. He's not a character that has those type of cancels. However, he has a billion fucking other problems. I don't even care about a Zero to Death. I don't care about Electric. Well, I mean, I do care about Electric, but the reason I care about Electric, it is because it's so invincible. This character has the most invincibility of every character by so much, it's not even funny. Is he the worst designed character in the game? Hell no. I would much rather deal with Kazuya's stuff than these characters, because at least you can whiff punish this character and you can see exactly what this character's doing, even if the invincibility is very frustrating. I think him having a worse jump squat is hilarious. I think that there's a lot of stuff for Kazuya that isn't as bad as these three in terms of design, but there's so much invincibility that it ends up not mattering. Also, I get that Tekken doesn't have hit lag. It's Smash Bros. They should have made him have hit lag because it makes all of his stuff really, really difficult to deal without a shield. If Electric didn't push you out of shield, man, then it'd be +5 hitting your shield. Like, I'm fine with the combo routes being the combo routes they are. Obviously, that's not how the moves function in Tekken exactly, because they had to make some concessions for Smash, but then they didn't make, hey, every move's invincible, a concession for Smash. I don't know why they did that. He's fine having a billion moves. That's all fine. Maybe they should have made some of them actually usable. Also, he's simply too heavy. Also, Rage Art shouldn't be a thing. I think Rage Art, like, you either have to pick one. You either pick having Rage Drive, which you shouldn't pick that one. Like, Rage Drive is so dumb. I think Rage as a mechanic, in terms of you're doing slightly more damage when you are at over 100, is fine. Like, not like the Smash version of Rage, but his version of having Rage, where like his moves do 1.1 times the amount of damage. I think that's fine. I think Electric pushing you out of shield is fine. I just don't think he should be 17 ways to be invincible. That's the main thing. His invincibility is so dumb. Honestly, crouch dash invincibility is fine. It's fine, because he's like, if he didn't have that, he would actually be like awful. He needs that, but all of his moves shouldn't be so invincible. You should be able to trade with Electric, because fucking if you trade with Electric at low percent, you're just gonna combo your opponents anyway. He has a different rage mechanic. Yeah, when he glows red, he gets Rage Art, and then his stuff does 1.1 times the amount of damage. Diddy Kong has the best design. Oh, lol. Diddy Kong has never had a good design. Brawl Diddy was well designed. Get the fuck out of my chat. Get out. You. Just kidding. Oh. I was about to fucking ban you. My bald ass head was gonna ban you. Oh, I was about to. Ooh. Okay, let's talk about Diddy Kong, because everyone in chat's talking about Diddy Kong. Low key, Diddy Kong is pretty good. I don't think his design is anywhere near the top. I think he, like, the biggest thing about Diddy Kong, first off, have y'all ever seen his Brawl Up Air? That shit's so funny. I think I think Smash Ultimate Diddy's design is the best Diddy's design by far. However, why is Monkey Flip? And honestly, Monkey Flip might be so egregious that it's down here. It is so dumb. Not only is it a command grab thing, but also the kick can be like really safe on shield. Also, it makes you so fast. And the problem is, it keeps you at that speed. I think Monkey Flip should have you accelerate and then slow down once the move finishes. But he just gets to stay super fast for no reason, when basically no other character is like that. No other character can just be falling after a move so fast, but also be able to do things. So he's able to go like whoosh, air dodge, and then it's like whoosh, air dodge, and it slows down. That's so dumb. Also, I don't like Banana. I think Banana is a really, really, really dumb move. I think, yes, you can grab it from him. I think the RNG drop is really obnoxious. I think that Banana, like, moves that just go like, hi, I hit this move, a charge smash attack, I think is really, really dumb. Which by extension, Pac-Man, right? Bell forward smash is really annoying. I don't think Pac-Man's design is awful. I personally hate fighting the character, but I think individually it's fine. I just think like Hydrant is literally like doesn't work correctly, like it's broken. I think that like both these characters are just very strong in aspects where it's just like it over centralizes their game plan, which also means that when you can't use that game plan, this character sucks ass. It's like, oh, I can't use Banana, like I'm fighting Villager or I'm fighting like Duck Hunt. Fuck. I literally can't do anything, which I don't think is fun. But also I hate Hydra. Maybe Pac-Man's down here. I hate this character. I think creating walls is really dumb. And I think also the fact that it's like a constant win box is really stupid. But yeah, Diddy Kong, I think it like he has like 3 things that are really dumb, which is Banana and Monkey Flip mostly. It's actually just those 2 things. But those 2 things are really dumb. Banjo, better design than Diddy Kong. How do you like that? Because Banjo is an item carrying zoner. Maybe his Brio Blaster should be slightly worse, but I think overall he is fine. I think Wonder Wing makes sense. I think it's a good recovery tool, but you lose it, so if you get constantly put in disadvantage, it's fine. I think that his combos are long, but don't do that much damage, but he still has the combos. He still has a decent advantage state. Again, the main reason he's down here Not even because he's bad. It's because he has lingering 2 frames. What do we hate, chat? Lingering 2 frames that hit at horizontal angles. Yeah, we hate that. And that's what down tilt is. That's literally it. I think if it wasn't for literally down tilt and Wonder Wing just being forever 2 frames, this character would be up here. But he has forever 2 frames, so he's down here. Wonder Wing shouldn't have a limit. Yes, it should. Shut the fuck up. Y'all like how I get when I do tier lists? I get like very vocal. Olimar. There are legitimately only 2 things wrong with Olimar. Just 2. However, it is how Pikmin work and how Pikmin latch works. I think that you should be able to hit his Pikmin more consistently. His side B should have more lag in general. And also, the fact that his Pikmin are so hard to hit off your body, certain characters literally can't do anything about it, is really dumb. I think that when a Pikmin is latched onto you and you shield and it bites you, it should do 0 hit stun. Instead, it does a lot of hit stun, and so you can't out of shield correctly. There are so many situations where you try to do something out of shield, you get bit, and then your input literally gets eaten. It's so dumb. It's so stupid. I think that inherently, the mix-up of his zoning and his run-up grab and his run-up forward air and blah, 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 I think the general game flow of the character is totally fine. It should not actually latch onto you. It should like be on the floor biting your ankles or something. And if you're in the air, it should be biting your ankles. So it's always a consistent spot, or like be on the top of your, or like somewhere that like any move done around your character should hit the Pikmin. I think maybe the hurt boxes just need to be bigger. Because that is so dumb that I have to specifically, if it's on my tail, do tail moves. And if it's specifically on my head, do head moves. I think that is really, really dumb and unintuitive in a game where you're trying to react to a billion things that you also have to look at your own character and be like, oh, this Pikmin lashed on the bottom right side of my body. Therefore, I need to do this move. And certain characters literally just don't have options. Rosalina and Luma. I think this character's kind of sick in this game. I think her design is really good. I think that the zoning is not great. I think it is good. I think the fact that Rosa isn't a great character is part of what makes her design, because I think her design was cool in Smash 4, but like jab was so dumb and up air was so dumb and you could never approach her. And there were so many like unlosable situations for Rosa. In this game, that doesn't happen, right? Like she has a lot of dumb stuff, right? She has dash attack cancels. She has a lot of interesting stuff. Star bits are still really good, but I think like star bits are really laggy. So if you like, maybe it's like here. I think maybe like Luma being able to act out of hit stun is kind of stupid, but that's about it. So she's like really close to really good because I think her zoning is fine. I think her spacing is fine. I think her smash attacks are fine. I think her disadvantage is pretty bad. Her recovery is pretty bad. So it's like, hey, you actually got in on the character. That's fine. She's going to explode slowly and then she'll get Luma back, but she'll die or she'll take a bunch of damage. I don't think Luma is overtuned. I think, again, Luma's a little small sometimes. Like Luma's weird. Luma shifts in weird ways. So I guess, yeah, she's down here, but she's very close to being up here. Very, very close to being up here. Do I think camping and zoning makes the character inherently worse? As in, like, worse design? No, I have Mega Man up here. And Toon Link up here. They're campy. Y'all are not gonna like this next one. I think this next one's gonna piss people off. I think Yoshi has a good design. I think this is the best designed Yoshi since Melee at the very least. I think that Yoshi has strong ground moves, has strong aerials. The one thing about this character is down air. Down air is too good. And I guess probably Yoshi just have a normal shield. I don't know why Yoshi has an unpokable shield when he can jump out of it. I think he should have a normal shield. But like double jump armor, fine, because he gets out of the way. And he now no longer has a double jump. Like he doesn't have a double jump. So if you hit him again, he does not have a double jump. I should not take 60 from up tilt, F tilt, up air, up air, up air, up air. Well, character's good, right? Again, good characters don't inherently, like aren't inherently bad designed. I think Yoshi's design is fine. I think his combo game is fine. You know, I think down air is really overtuned. And I think that he should have a normal shield. Those are literally the only two things. Like they didn't make him not be able to jump out of shield anymore with the egg, but that'd be really bad because it makes Yoshi feel awful. As someone that played Yoshi in Brawl, it felt really bad. So they should either be able to make him jump out of shield with a normal shield, or egg, no jump. But I think his offense is really strong. I think like maybe his move should be slightly less safe, but that's like an ultimate thing overall. Like characters are slightly too safe all the time. But he has higher mobility. He has a mediocre disadvantage even with that, except for down air. Down air's really dumb. Like I think him being offensive is fine because otherwise he's this weird midweight floaty doing nothing character. But I like his offense. I think it's fine. I think he's a strong character, but he's a good design. I think maybe like change side B, but also having a useless move is fine. I mean, enough characters have that. Peach is also up here. The thing about Peach There's one thing. There's literally only one thing about Peach, which is the fact that she low profiles a lot. She low profiles a lot. Her hitbox shifting, her hurtbox shifting is really stupid. Really stupid. It is absurdly dumb. She is the character with the second most hurtbox shifting, or like pancaking in the game, behind Pika. And Pika's really dumb. Also, Stitch Face, they're never gonna get rid of that, so whatever. I think her being very strong is fine. I think her being a good character is completely normal. I think, yeah, like maybe she should just only be able to pull turnips when you have items off, or maybe it should just only be one type of turnip. But like it's mostly her hurtbox shifting. I think Float's broken. It's the most broken mechanic in the entire game. But it's fine, because otherwise the character is like the worst character. Like, if Peach did not have Float, she would legitimately be bottom 4, I think. She'd be really bad. I think it's just her hurtbox shifting is obnoxious, and that's it. Like, her pancaking is really, like, stupid. I genuinely don't know another flaw of this character. And again, turnip RNG, I guess. Like, if you turn items off, she should probably not have her RNG anymore. She just has normal turnips. But she still zeroed Zessie from them, so whatever. What moves low profile is Peach? Back air, forward air, neutral air. Little Mac. It's dumb. His ground moves are so good, and his air moves are unusable. I don't know how you make him better without just making him a clone of a different character. But it's like really uninspired. Just be like, yeah, he's bad. He's just bad. He's just bad. And like, trample isn't fun, and armor isn't fun. It just makes people camp him. They basically were just like, here's a bunch of unfun mechanics. Also, he's dog shit. Again, the order and tiers don't matter. And also KO punch going through shield. Kind of dumb. Comboing into it's fine, but like, it's dumb. I think people are going to be weird about this one too. You know who's a weird one? Sora. I think Sora, his design is really close to great. Sora is so close to being cool. I think they did his game very well. I think Sora has one issue with his design, which are his projectiles don't have enough lag. And because of that, he just becomes really slow and annoying to deal with. I think his aerials are very cool. I think that his combo game is really difficult, and it's very strong. I think that he has a lot of different things he can do. He's floaty, so the neutral becomes interesting. I feel like a lot of that stuff is very good. I just don't like how... I think there needs to be more cooldown on each of his spells. Like, not in terms of make them laggier when you are like using them. Like, I don't think like fire you shouldn't be able to like dash up and do something with it. But I think there needs to be a cooldown time that you cannot use your neutral B. Like, you use fire, you have to wait like a second after that move ends for you to do thunder. So that way there is time to attempt to interact with him. And that's literally it. I think that's his only problem. I think that's legitimately one of his only problems. It's the fact that his projectiles it's like fire. Oh, you didn't approach. Thunder. Oh, you didn't approach. Blizzard. Oh, you didn't approach. Fire. Oh, you didn't, like, it's just constantly using the projectiles. I would like it more if he was just a sword character. You don't like how floaty Sora is? Have you seen Kingdom Hearts? I wish his neutral B was tuned to be more of an offensive tool. That's what I'm saying. I think fire is by far the best design spell, because you get like fire into dash forward grab, dash attack, dash nair, whatever. There's something about it I just don't jive with. I don't know what it is. And again, like, I don't necessarily have issue with Sora, so it's not like I'm biased because, oh, I lose to Sora. It's like, I don't. Like, I lost to Kamame once. That's fine. But I think his projectiles need to be changed a little bit. Again, I think being a zoner, I think, like, Smash 4 zoning with, like, Samus Charge Shot and, like, Zaire is fine. But I think being able to jump cancel... Samus being able to charge in the air was a mistake. Let's go with Rob. I think the 4 problems with Rob are up air, final hit needs more hit lag, so you can DI it easier. I think... down tilt, similar to the other things that I've said, with like Squirtle F tilt and Mii Swordfighter F tilt, things like that. There should be more shield lag on both players so that you can react to it better. The frame data is fine. It's being fast, whatever. Like, I don't really like being able to spam moves like that. Up B makes his aerial safer. Why is side B so strong? I think everything else is fine. I think that inherently Rob's combo game, if it wasn't for side B being really strong, would just do a bunch of damage. Or if he had to end something with like footstool down air, I think it's fine. Because like, characters are good, it's fine that you're good. But I think down tilt being like unreactable and being able to loop it across the stage, not my favorite thing. Similar to Steve, not my favorite thing like that. I don't think his up B should change the frame data of his aerials. I think that's kind of dumb. And I don't think side B should be that strong, because side B is what unlocks all the crazy 0 deaths. Like double toss side B at 0, like dash attack double toss side B should not kill you at 0. I think Gyro inherently is fine. I think that it is a fine projectile. I think it's really good to use against Rob, like by far, like way more than Diddy Kong. So I like Gyro a lot. Gyro being hard to pick up is not fine. That's just you being bad. All you have to do is dash forward, let go of the stick, and hit A. That's all you have to do. Like, Rob is so close to being here. And even so close to being here, honestly. I think they did a good job of melding his zoning and his aggression. But I think, like, some of his tools are just like, oh, you DI'd up air wrong? Dead at 70. Is a little crazy. Okay, let me show you guys how to pick up Gyro, which this is not the information that I learned myself because I have never really had a problem picking up Gyro. This is from Anathema. That's all I gotta do. Inkling. I think Inkling goes here. I think Inkling is so close to being perfect, but I have to be fair because the reason that Peach and Pika are down here was partially because they low profile, and Inkling inherently does that with dash. So down here, if it didn't do that, Inkling's fine. I think Inkling deserves to kill a little bit better, but that's literally like the main flaw. Their low profile is really dumb. I think having good movement's fine. It's not inherently a bad thing, but low profiling, never cool. Like, moves just not working when they obviously, like, should, quote unquote, based on, like, the general conventions of Smash Bros. When it doesn't work, kind of stupid. Yeah, I also think a secondary thing, which I've always said, like, this is from the beginning of the game, I don't think Roller Ink should slow the opponent down. I think it should speed Inkling up. And also, again, there's a mashing move, which I inherently don't like. Several things, but several little things. I think the character's pretty close to perfect. Cloud is down here. Man, why did they make his move so safe? Why are they so big? He's not actually there. He's here. I think that Cloud should not be that boring. I think that 90% of Cloud just do back air because it is just a good move, and it is really, really hard. I also think he does too much damage. I don't think Cross Slash should do 22. It should do like 16. Because you have to be at huge risk to try to approach Cloud because his back air is so good. And then if your opponent is right and guesses correctly, I don't think they should do 20-3. So either need to make back air less safe. Fair probably shouldn't have as much hits done, but like fair cross dust is like 40%. Why? That's crazy. Also, they should have never buffed his up B. This should be that slow to grab ledge. I think limit's fine, honestly. I think they did limit really well in this game. It's mostly back air and forward air and cross slash. Those are like 3 crazy moves. Because like his moves are huge. He doesn't need them to be super safe. Like the moves are huge. You don't need to be -3. Someone should, if they guess correctly by running up to you and shielding, they should be, and then have good out of shield options, they should be rewarded for it. Like, do you know how many times someone parries Cloud back air and then don't get a punish because the move is huge? Because it's -6 on parry and they don't get to do anything? Who the fuck has a frame 5 dash attack? No one. Like it happens so often. Next up, Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr., honestly, really good design. I think this character's pretty interesting. Has a bad grab, but good grab combos. Side B is like flawed, but good. I think up B is flawed, but good, which is like fine for a move to be. I think the only problem with Bowser Jr. is, say it with me, chat, what's the biggest problem that I've had with a bunch of characters in the second tier? Lingering 2-frame moves. Lingering 2-frame moves. I think that sucks. It also is a mega kill move, which isn't fun. That's like my only actual problem with this character. Like, he's good, his disadvantage is good, he has some other good things, but like, you can hit the character. Like, if you get hit with side B on shield, you can actually punish it, or at the very least make them lose a bunch of space, where Sonic has an inherent mix-up with homing attack. His projectiles are kind of bad, but it doesn't deserve them to be good, so that's fine. So I think his design's fine. Okay, realistically, what I actually want to say is this, because I think that you should be able to use your paintbrush. Paintbrush is cool. I wish they did that more, like instead of just a final smash. But in terms of actually not having that, I think it's fine, because I think it's a lot easier to deal with. Like, the reason that like Bowser Jr. side B is so much worse than Sonic side B is there's no timing mix-up for Bowser Jr. He either goes forward or he doesn't. Like, he can jump out of it, he can jump backwards and stuff like that. Well, he has to like jump forward then jump backwards. But Sonic gets to spin and then wait and then see, whereas Bowser Jr. side Bs. Honestly, Palu is up here. I think Palu's design is really, really good. I think that she has incredibly strong aerials. I don't think she deserves good ground moves if that's the case. But what does she have, chat? Say it with me. Say it with me, chat. Lingering 2-frame moves. She has lingering 2-frame. She has 2 lingering 2-frame moves with down tilt and up smash. That's really dumb. Also, maybe up air should be a little bit smaller. That's about it. That's all I'll change about the character. Legitimately, make her up air a little bit smaller and stop her lingering 2-frame moves. That's it. Those are the only flaws with her design, in my opinion. And even then, like, her lingering 2-frame moves are less egregious. Well, up smash is stupid, but like down tilt is less egregious of a lingering 2-frame move than something like yo-yo, because it doesn't send down, and you can just DI it out, and then she doesn't get a follow-up. But like some characters are gonna have bad ground moves, good aerials. I think that's fine, especially in a game with aerials being this good. Like if you want to make her more balanced, fine, but there's enough balanced fighters, so like I think it's fine. Ridley. I'm really sad with how they designed Ridley. No, she's not actually down here. That's like a Metroid fan. He's down here. But I think Ridley's more like here. You don't have lingering 2-frame moves, which is nice. I think that this character should be able to recover from all angles. I think this character deserves, I don't know, man, a usable down B. Why'd they do that? I think the character's downer should be better. It's crazy to me that this character doesn't have an actual downer. But like, he's close. I understand the direction, right? Like Nair is super good, F tilt. He's like a weird walling out, weird sword character thing with like also side B, which like is cool. Something's wrong. Either make him heavier, make him slower, and like hit harder. He already hit so hard, don't do that. Give him a little more combo game, like something. Like he's just as like missing one thing to like make his kit cohesive. You think Ridley's dare is worse than Little Max? No. God, no. Wii Fit. Wii Fit Trainer's here. Again, order doesn't matter in the tiers. Wii Fit is in this tier because I think Wii Fit's design is overall very cool. I think her moves kind of don't work, but whatever. They work enough. But again, the only reason they don't work is because other characters really low profile. Like Pika, like Game & Watch, like Peach, like that's when the moves don't work. It's not like Wii Fit's moves are inherently bad. It's just like, oh, characters get really small. The main problem with Wii Fit is the fact that she can ledge camp. Like side B off ledge is like legitimately so strong. That's kind of it. Because like her berry move is like the least egregious berry move because it kind of sucks. And she has like really cool pressure. Her side B, when it's not used to ledge camp, is actually very cool. Like the reverse side B is the hitting the side B to like hit people off stage. I think that's very cool. But she's so close to being like a super cool character. But like her ledge camping is a little too strong. That's it. I'm gonna put Hero here. The thing is, I don't think Hero needs an entire rework. I think a couple of moves need a rework. I think Psych Up needs a rework. I think there shouldn't be crits, or at the very least, crits shouldn't be that influential. I think some of the moves are dumb. Kaboom is dumb. Sizzle is dumb. The biggest thing about Hero that I want reworked is where his menu pops up. I think Hero's menu should pop up above his head. Also, language barrier. I don't know how you fix that. I guess, yeah, there's so many issues. Maybe they should just be symbols and there should be less moves. But like, I think the biggest problem with Hero is his crits. And the second biggest problem is Psych Up and Shield Breaks. And the third problem is the fact that his menu makes you look away from the screen. The fact that the menu makes you look away from the screen is so bad. The fact that you have to look in a completely different part of the screen, which no other character makes you do in the entire game, is really bad. I also think there should probably just be less spells, so it's less RNG. But like his base design, totally fine. I think crits are dumb. I think crits should maybe just like do more damage but do less knockback, or like, you know, the knockback should be the same, so it's a smash attack that suddenly does 40 as opposed to killing like it does double the damage. Maybe symbols. I think some of the moves should need to be worse, but like I don't think it's as bad as these characters. I hate it. I think if they just toned down all the moves, everything would be much better, and they moved where you had to read his spells. I mean, I think like 40 moves, all having symbols, is kind of hard, but I mean, you'd be able to remember that pretty easily. If Hero was more viable / meta, he'd be absolute dog shit. He is meta? He's literally like high tier. There's like 3 heroes in the top 50. Ice Climbers. Ice Climbers' design in this game is fucking perfect. It is so good. God, they lose some matchups though, but that's fine. I love their design in this game. I think they are a perfect blend of a technical character that you could just play solid with. They are so good. They are so well designed in this game. Sometimes nano breaks, but that's the price you have to deal with, and I don't sympathize. Fuck, this character's good. God, this character's so well designed in this game. Now with that side B, the side B's fine. Just parry the final hit and dash attack them. It's really not that big of a deal. You're just bad. You're just bad. Just parry the final hit of side B. That's just minus 21. It becomes minus it becomes minus 24 on parry. Wah. I think again, maybe the biggest offense of theirs is a mashing move. But typically the mashing move is a mix-up more than a, hey, get out of it right now. Because most of the time you're actually not supposed to get out of it immediately, unless you're off stage and gonna die. But that's why they made Neutral B not do that. I thought I didn't like Touch of Death characters. Says who? Are any of these characters touch death character? The reason Kazuya is broken isn't because his combo. The reason I don't like Kazuya is not because of his combos. It's because of his 17 things of invincibility and rage art and how heavy he is. I don't think touch of death characters are inherently a problem because they also lose like 10 matchups -3 for characters that simply never get hit. I think they're so cool. I think having all the tech is awesome. I think there's so many little intricacies of this character. And then if you ever mess up, Nana just dies and they become dog shit. But you can still beat people. It's just you're playing a neutered character. I love Ice Climbers in this game. By far the best Ice Climbers design. It's not even close. Speaking of touch of death characters, let's go here. So again, y'all think I dislike touch of death characters? Again, that's not why Kazuya's down here. The reason Luigi's down here is a little bit because of his zero deaths. Because there's no counterplay. There's a lot of counterplay with Ice Climbers, or it's like you got hit in specific positions. The reason Luigi's down here is because his edge trapping is absurd. Zair is absurd. His aerials are too fast. He does too much damage with very normal combos. And then also he has a zero death. If he didn't have zero death, or he didn't do as much damage, one or the other, it would be fine. But also his down tilt is very similar to the Squirtle F tilt. You know, I forget the other characters I was talking about. Squirtle F tilt, Ness down tilt. Those type of moves with his Rob down tilt where it's just like, oh, you can't react. It's too fast. Like, his down tilt is broken. Broken. Doesn't Ice Climbers zero this anywhere? A lot of the time you have to tech chase with them, so no. Oh, I don't remember the pun. But I think Luigi is very close to being correct. I think down B is really stupid. Again, I don't think frame 1 option should be a thing, or if you down B, then you should like be able to stop moving if it hits shield or something. But I think his grab is overtuned for sure. But like, I just wish other things changed about it more so than the fact that, like, I don't mind long combos, but it's like very non-counter playable, easy combos. Like, they're easy zero to deaths. That's the thing. Like, they're not hard. And then also he has down tilt, and also he has Cyclone, and also he has Misfire. I don't like it. But he's not like he's not these characters. Because like, I like the fact that he's like a scrappy, weird character. I don't hate about that. I don't hate that rather, but I just there's things weird about him. Villager. I think Villager's here. I think legitimately he is so close to being like a really cool zoner. I think side B is inherently a cool move. I think the slingshots are inherently cool. Again, just to be clear, the reason Isabelle is down here is because they could have done more with her, not because her gameplay is fine. If Villager wasn't in the game, Isabelle would be like here. But it's like a reworking of Villager, and Villager's not even up there because I don't like Tree. It's very non-interactive. I don't like Bowling Ball. It's just kind of crazy. I don't like those moves inherently. I don't like the fact that side B's kind of bad. Side B should be better, honestly. Like, it should be faster to like start moving because the character just is a struggle. I think that he shouldn't be able to stall in the corners or like when side B like goes off stage. I think his recovery is fine. I think, you know, I like there being something like Tree with like Axe and you have like this thing that you can build up. But I just think Tree is really dumb and it does too much damage and there's too little risk for it. And it just slows the game down to like nothing for no reason. Like, interactive zoning is fine, but like that's non-interactive zoning. Lucario. Man, is Aura a bad mechanic. Lucario has never been well designed. He was the best designed in Brawl because Aura didn't matter as much. But God, he kills you. What the fuck? What are they doing? Why? They were like, we see that Smash 4 Lucario is a problem because of Aura. Time to somehow make it better, except he doesn't have up throw up air 50-50? Because it's like the same thing, except he doesn't have up throw 50-50. Like, up throw up air was just a 50-50 in Smash 4. That was like the only thing that took away from the character, and then they made Shadow Ball, or sorry, not Shadow Ball. They made Aura Sphere broken, but the reason he's not good is not because like he has a good design. The reason he's not good is because so many characters in this game kill at 50 that it doesn't matter. So like, if this character wasn't, or if this game was not a killing game, this character would be super broken and also super degenerate. I don't like the mix-ups of Shadow Ball. I don't like Aura as a mechanic. I don't like how his recovery gets, I don't mind that his recovery gets better, but like, I think Aura is just like 17 times too strong, and also he's like not playable at 0%. It's not fun at 0%. He's like the worst character in the, he's like bottom 3 when he has no aura, because he simply will never kill you and never do damage, which isn't fun, so you have to be losing. Like, you have to get hit, and I don't like that. I really, really, really don't like it. He could just have a better overall moveset. I think his moveset is fine. I think just having no aura sucks, and having max aura is, like, so stupid. Like, his moveset and his movement are actually really cool, but, like, why does Aura Sphere function like that? Like, why can do Aura Sphere, jump back it? That shit's crazy. Kirby. So, this is gonna be a weird one. I think Kirby design's pretty good. I think this is the best design of Kirby. Maybe Brawl's was better, but the problem is he is small. He's just small, and it becomes really non-interactive. I think his ground moves are fine. I think they're very good. I think his combos are kind of good. I think he's fine to be slow because if he was fast, he'd be like fucking broken. So like being slow in the air is fine. I think, I don't know why Inhale, like, he puts him in so much lag when he like eats projectiles. I think that should be better. I think he should be faster to eat all the projectiles. They should all be like T-Jolt, but I think he's just small. If it wasn't small, that'd be it. If he was bigger, it would be fine. If his crouch wasn't that, it's fine. I mean, I even think like Inhale is like fine. It's just a risk you have to deal with, but like Bite is the same thing. Daily has the same thing. I think that's fine. Like, it's just part of him, right? And has been part of him for a long time. I think this one's gonna piss people off. I don't think people realize how much of a Zoner sympathizer I am. A character that I think is in the top of the design is the Belmonts. They are such an annoying Zoner, but that's exactly what they're supposed to be. I think this character 100% passes the test of, oh yeah, that's exactly, like, that makes sense. Like, the whips are annoying. They have a dog shit disadvantage. Their advantage is honestly kind of mid, except for the ledge trapping. Like, their up advantage is kind of bad. They have a bad recovery because they deserve to have a bad recovery because they're a character that zones and, you know, you have to get in, but if you do get in, they fucking die. I think this character's design is so good. Is it annoying when you do projectile, down tilt? Yeah, zoners are annoying. That's just how zoners work. But, like, I think they have mediocre mobility and they have, the whips are so interesting of a move and the projectiles are all very different. And yeah, it's annoying sometimes, but again, zoners are annoying. But I'm a huge fan of how the Belmonts are designed. I think it makes a lot of sense. I don't think there's inherently a problem with this character other than the fact that they're kind of lame, but also characters are going to be lame. It happens. Would I play a Smash game with the characters only in I love these designs? Hell yeah. I'm going to be a Pichu Ice Climbers pit main. DK, Donkey Kong. Actually, where does DK go, actually? Yeah, I think DK goes here. I think DK is pretty good design. I don't think he should have Ding Dong or DKO, and maybe his punch should be a little worse, and like down tilt shouldn't trip. I think that overall this character design is very good. You hit him, he fucking dies. You hit him off the ledge, he's fucking gonna die. He hits you, he kills you. He does so much damage. He's very strong. I don't like cargo throw off stage, and I don't really like DKO or Ding Dong. DKO never caught on, but like the cargo up throw up air kill. I don't think you should be able to kill from your grabs other than like back throw. Side B has a mash mechanic. Yeah, but side B fucking, if you get hit by side B, that's your fucking fault. Like, it's not like an unreactable thing. Like, side B doesn't, like, side B is not that much of a problem. It does have a mashing mechanic, which isn't fun, but also grabs are inherently a mashing mechanic, so like every character kind of has them. But yeah, DK, very, very close. You don't like armor? I think armor's fine. Also, he doesn't have... Oh, no, he has armor on his grounded uppy. I thought you were talking about air uppy. I was like, that doesn't have armor. I'm not saying no character should have grab kill confirms. I don't think DK should be able to kill you at 60. Yeah, cargo's like a mash mechanic. Side B is a mash mechanic. So, like... But I think it's close. I think that's the most acceptable versions of mash mechanics. But I just think that you should not be able to... Like, I think his cargo forward throw and down throw should be weaker. So that way you weren't going to die at 80 if you don't mash like a god. Like, I think those should just be weaker. Like, I think all of his cargo throws should be weaker. Or maybe not up throw weaker. Up throw should actually be stronger, ironically. But, like, I don't care about armor, really. Armor's not, like, a bad mechanic inherently. Because they're also, like, all super punishable moves for the most part. Giant Punch is just the best Falcon Punch move. It's not a Falcon Punch move. The best Falcon Punch move is this character's. I think that's correct. I think Byleth's design is very good. I think if you want to complain about, like, the landing Nair moves like this, Nair, and Mithra Nair, I get it. I understand. But... I think the legitimate only problem with Byleth in their design is how easy it is to get shield breaks. I think they have a lot of range. I think they have, but it's good. I don't think they have crazy combos, but they have good enough combos. They have good killing. They have a good recovery. They have a very interesting move with up B. And I just wish that they didn't break shield at 20 all the time. Like, that's kind of lame. Like, I know shield breaks are inherently cool, but like getting like down tilted into like down air and or like fucking F tilt down smash and your shield just pops, it's crazy. Like, the moves are already super strong. Roll, yeah, and then you get caught on the startup of roll. Sick. I think Byleth overall is like fine. Bowser. Like, this is a committal shield break character. I mean, I think Bowser sucks, but I think the only actual problem with Bowser is Flame Breath, because what is Flame Breath, everyone? Say it with me. That's like half of the reason these characters are here, not in the higher tier. Lingering 2-frame moves. Not even F tilde. Like, lingering for like 4 or 5 frames is fine. But like Flame Breath hitting ledge forever is really dumb. That's like my only problem with the character in terms of design. I think otherwise he's fine. He's a shitty heavy. He's a bad heavy with a command grab that's really cool, with a decent out of shield option. Kills you a bajillion years from Sunday. Forward air's broken. But like, I think Flame Breath 2-frame is stupid. That's literally it. Bowser's fine otherwise. Samus. I don't like Samus in this game. It sucks. I wish her Zair was better, and I wish Charge Shot was worse. I think her Charge Shot is one of the worst designed moves in the game for how much damage it does, how much shield stun there is, how universal it is of just being broken. And it's like, not only that, but then she has no problems with people getting in because Bomb connects on impact, which like it sucked when it didn't. Like I played Smash 4, it fucking sucked that it didn't, except for like down air stuff specifically, but like it was obnoxious that it didn't. But like being able to Charge Shot in the air broke this character because you don't have to just be a grounded zoner. You get to jump and then Charge Shot and be reverse Charge Shot, which is so cool to play as. It's very cool when you are piloting the character, but it's such a lame fighting experience because all she wants to do is Charge Shot. And then you jump, and then she anti-airs you. And then you hit her shield, and she uppies you frame 4. Her uppie should be frame 6 at fastest. So that way she can't do it in between moves, and she has a flaw. Her flaw has bad matchups sometimes. That's her only flaw, which I don't like. Like, Charge Shot does too much damage. If Charge Shot did 15% less, everything would be fine. But, like, also, Bomb is so hard to deal with in this game. She needs to be, like, more committal when moving to the side. Which, again, like, Melee was great, but also Melee, it was a lot slower, and you couldn't air dodge to the ground. So I wish her zoning went back to Smash 4 zoning. I liked Smash 4 Samus design a lot better, even if she was worse. I have like 20 characters or 15 characters left. 4, 8, 16, 18. Yeah, 18 characters left. Aegis. Honestly, no, Aegis is down here. I think Aegis is cool as a concept. I think they're just overtuned. I think that Mithra's up air should have lag. Ever. Pyra's down air shouldn't do that. I think they're just like slightly overtuned in a way that makes things impossible, right? Like Mithra's a little too fast. Pyra kills a little bit too early. So it just means that like Mithra gets to camp and up airs 17,000 times when she's an advantage, and there's literally nothing you can do about it except go to the ledge. I think like Pyra's moves should kill 20% later. I think that Mithra, honestly, for Mithra, it's mostly foresight and up air. Like it's literally, I think it's those two issues, and maybe like up B should be worse for like repetitive edge guard stuff. But like foresight, up B, up air. That's kind of it. And like low profiling with like up tilt and falling arrows and stuff, which is just a consistent issue. But like they were close. This character's fucking sick, but also like really boring to watch because it's just up air, 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 dash tag, up air, up air, up air, up air, up air, up air. I think Sephiroth is really lame to fight, but I think that's how he's supposed to be. Because how else do you design a giant fucking sword character with a really weird overbearing projectile? How do you design Wing better? I don't know how you make this character a better design. Like legitimately, I don't know how. Because like if you make him like better or like his moves make more sense, he's fucking brokenly fuck. God damn it. I think maybe Wing should like last until you land. So if you kill someone, you don't lose your extra double jump, because that's kind of lame. I've seen so many Sephiroths like, I got an edge guard. Oh fuck, Wing disappeared. I don't have a double jump. Now I'm dead. It was very funny. But he's also really lame to fight. I don't think Saibi should. I think Saibi probably shouldn't go through projectiles that way. Like if it's gonna go through projectiles, it should be transcendent. It shouldn't eat the projectile. Like it shouldn't do stuff like that. Down tilts the lingering hitbox at ledge. Not really. Sephiroth is ass, man. Again, I think he's one of the lamest characters in the game to fight. But how do you make a character with that big ass of a sword not lame to fight? You know what I'm saying? Saibi being negative on hit, that's important. Falcon! Falcon is like Mithra. I think his up air is really good. I think Falcon's design is actually, this is the best designed Falcon in literally, again, no, his design in 64 is really bad. I think this is the best designed Falcon. Because I think Falcon in Smash 4 and Melee is really dumb, and his juggles are really dumb. I think he falls significantly more in line with the cast in this game. because everyone's doing landing aerial, and every character is doing random dash grabs, and every character is able to like back up and space their moves. I really don't understand why people's perspective of this character is as warped as it is in the other games, because like before when he did like, I'm just gonna mash landing up around shield, like no other character was doing that, or very few characters were doing it, whereas in this game, everyone does that. But I think like the one thing is like, I just don't think up air should be quite as good as it is. Because like, I feel like it's very one-dimensional, and like you can't, it's like I'm gonna up air, oh you fell, I'm gonna landing nair, up air. Like it makes the advantage very similar to Mithra's, but like worse because it's not Mithra. But I think overall his design is fine. Up smash having negative ads, like that's fine. I don't have a problem with some moves being safe, like 5 tomatoes, but whatever. Like it's a good move, it's fine. D. Man, I want this character to be reworked. Gordo is so bad. They need to change that. Honestly, that's like the main move they need to do. They need to make his grabs better. They took all the soul from this character because Gordo, it's not only bad, but also when it's good, it's not fun good. Like, it's just like, oh, it's on ledge, and guess what we don't like, chat? Say it with me is also dash attack. Lingering 2-frame moves. Yeah, I just think he's really one-dimensional, and the one dimension is kind of bad for him, and like, he's heavy and annoying, but like, that's his only benefit. I think Robin, in concept, is very cool. I don't mind zoning sword fighters, as noted by wherever the fuck Mii Swordfighter is. Where's Mii Swordfighter? Here. I don't mind that inherently. I think that losing your tools sucks. I think like it should just be like nerfed versions of your tools, or the tools should always exist but just be worse. Like I understand the concept because I played Fire Emblem. I get that you lose your tools, but like they have nothing to make up for it. Like why can they lose their recovery move? They should at the very least not be able to lose wind. I think that the character just becomes like really awkward resource management, but the resource management is just bad. Also, why are their tilts all dog ass? Like every single ground move they have is like really, really bad. But yeah, I just wish Robin's like stuff was a little bit different in terms of the resource management. I don't know, like something needs to get better. Like something's off. Like I get it, but like they just become so bad without it that I don't really like it. Corrin. I think Corrin's design's pretty good in this game. I think that honestly her juggling is just a little overtuned. I think that she creates frame traps with moves that will kill you, and then you know, does things that punishes you avoiding that move with a landing move into kill move. But I think she's very close to being at the top. I think she's one of the best characters in terms of design in the game. Actually, no, I'm gonna put her there. She's broken. I think she's actually over here. She doesn't have a lingering move at the ledge, which is nice. She has a mediocre recovery, which is a balance. Her disadvantage is pretty subpar. Pin is crazy. Maybe it's a little too strong, but I think she's one of the best sword designs in the game, if not the best sword design in the game. Maybe probably Lucina's a little better. Because I think forward smash and shield is fine. You just have to know the counterplay. But like God Upper is good. But like God Up Air is so good, but you know, Up Airs can be good. It's fine. Fox. I'm putting Fox here. He is very close to being at the top. If Fox wasn't able to side B to the ledge un-2-frameably, I think he'd be at the top. But I think he gets rid of his biggest weakness in a lot of matchups. I also think that his combos are a little too easy at low percent. Like up tilt should not combo to itself 7 times. It's like the only character that does that. It's like him. Like Toon Link gets like 3. Fox gets like 6. And you have to burn your double jump. Also, he does so much damage. Like with the up airs, they're just like auto combo, which again, I don't mind damage being in a combo. But I think it's just like a little bit too fast and a little bit too strong for all of that stuff. And that's basically it. Like his design is very close to being up here. Like very, very close to being up here. But I just think his combos are a little bit too simple. Like having automatic air dodge, like force air dodge, hit air dodge, I don't like. Like I think there needs to be some type of risk. And there's just none for Fox. Like up tilt, oh, up tilt hit. I'm gonna up air, it hits, jump, oh, you air dodge. Like he's a good glass cannon, but I think the Peach is a better glass cannon. Next up is Shulk. I get what they were trying to do with Shulk. I think Monato's, I think being able to like, they went in the right direction when it came to Shulk in terms of, honestly, all of his tech. The problem with Shulk is just his arts are too good. If arts were literally like 30% worse in all aspects, and you couldn't do it out of hit stun. But I think being able to do arts out of hit stun is really dumb. But when you dial storing is fine. I think that overall his design is fine. I just think the arts just do too much. Like they simply do too much. And you shouldn't be able to do it out of hit stun. And that's literally it. Like that's quite literally it. Those are his only 2 flaws, but the flaws are big enough that they're down here. Mario. As much as I hate to say it, Mario is really well designed in my opinion. I think that his biggest negative is, say it with me, chat, a lingering 2-frame. He might have to go down here because of a lingering 2-frame move, but he's really close to being up there. I think his aerials are all very good, but I think they're fine. I don't think he low profiles a lot. I think his combos are very strong, but that's fine. You can have strong combos. I think he has decent edge guarding. I think he has good air mobility. I think his disadvantage is like good but not broken. I think the actual only problem with him, in my opinion, is like, I don't like how Cape fucks with you. Like, I don't like how Cape messes with your inputs. I really, really don't like that. And I don't like dash attack lingering 2-frame. That's about it. Next up, let's get it out of the way, Steve. There's so many things wrong with Steve. I literally just talked about it in a video of like 5 things we need to change about Steve because his moves are too big and too strong, and blocks are dumb, and minecart is dumb, and why does he get his double jump back when he lands on blocks, and anvil shouldn't be a floor. Like, none of his things should be considered a floor, and there's so much. Go to the video. It's up. Go to the video. It's up there. I'm not gonna go over it again, but it's stupid. Snake. I think Snake is one of the best design characters in the game. His zoning is really good. I think maybe C4 should be slightly more visible for the visual, or for the vision impaired. I think everything else is fine. I think maybe Nikita's a little bit too strong, but also no one fucking hits Nikitas anymore. Down throw up tilt is not great, but it's fine. The literal main thing about Snake that I think is really bad is his crouch. I think it is very small. That's the only flaw of his, in my opinion. I think he's a good character. He's a strong character. I think Grenade's fine. Frame 1 escape, it hits him, so it's fine. Like, maybe it's not like perfect, but like maybe it should be frame 2 or something. I don't know. But like overall, I think it's fine. He's a good character. He's a very strong character. I obviously don't think he's as good as other people do, but like even if he's top 10 or 15, that's still a very good character in this game. And I think just his crouch is too good. That's literally it. I think dash attack is fine. It's punishable if it hits shield no matter what. Everything is punishable unless there's a grenade there, which means you always need grenades there, which means that you're reliant on setups, which means you can mess with the setups. It's very fun. Dash attack armor. Dash attack doesn't have armor. Down out of shield. That's just a good out of shield option. That's not bad design. I think having low crouch is a cool option. I think that not being able to do rising instant aerials and hit your opponent is bad. Because it makes the gameplay more linear. Because you have to do very specific things in order to hit a very basic mechanic. Wario. I hate Wario. His bike is broken. Waft is a stupid mechanic that encourages camping, and also you die in one hit. I hate it. It's so boring and lame and stupid. I really, 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 really don't like it. I've never liked Wario. Even in Smash 4, he was stupid because all he did was run away and try to get 2 wafts a game because it was 2-stock, and that's all you do. I also don't like his down tilt, similar to the Squirtle F tilt, Luigi down tilt, that whole thing, right? Like the fast poking down tilts. Don't like Rob down tilt. Don't like Waft. Don't like Bike. Bike also, like when you use in disadvantage and you like hit Wario and then it actually doesn't hit Wario, it actually hit the very start of a Bike, which spawns fucking frame 1 and like a tiny little pedal that's this big. It's this big. That hole, you see the hole in my finger? I see the hole in my finger. It's that big. And then you just like fuck up your edge guard and then you get reversal and die. Very cool. His downer doesn't function in a way that makes sense. His up B doesn't function in a way that makes sense. Like they're just so stupid, and like I don't like how those multi-hits work at all. Character. Also, his air mobility is really annoying. The fact that you can like drift in and out like this with no B reverse is like really, really, really hard to deal with. Like it's so unique because like no other character can do that except maybe Puff, but Puff is really floaty, so you can get around it. Zelda, you got to do something with Phantom. This character's so lame. Make her do anything else. You can have Phantom. Why does Phantom kill at 50? It's like the only thing she can do. Every other option is like really bad. Lightning Kick is too strong. It should be bigger and weaker. Kind of like Marth's sweet spots that I talked about. Phantom is really dumb. It shouldn't have a hurt box until it's like released or something. So it's not just like a wall. I don't like creating walls. As you can tell, the 3 characters that can make walls are all here. Honestly, that's mostly it. I wish like she had any normal offense. Like she has like sweet spot downer stuff and like that's it. Jab should be better. You should be able to like store Phantom maybe like a normal charge shot, but then like it should be way worse overall. I'm more annoyed by Nehru than Phantom. That's just because you're bad, and that's fine. The only issue with Zero Suit, sorry, there's technically 2. Zero Suit's camping is too good, and down B's a little dumb. That's it. Otherwise, she's a great design, in my opinion. She's very fast. She doesn't have oppressive offense. Her defense is fairly oppressive for a lot of characters. And the thing is, it's like not interactive. It's not like shooting projectiles and stuff. It's not like there's a mini game there. It's just like, I'm gonna run away, I'm gonna jump and down B, and like you just can't. Strong aerials, good combo game, not a lot of damage, which is good because she's a really fast character. I think that's a very good balance that they have. Because she struggles to deal with short characters, a lot of issues can appear. But yeah, Zero Suit overall is quite strong in a lot of aspects, But I think her just blatant, like, I'm not interacting piece is a little too good. But, like, it's not so good that it's down here. Because, like, otherwise she's great. Falco. Guess where Falco's going, chat. Falco's design's really good in this game, in my opinion. I think he's, like, he's good. But I think Falco has a really good design. He has solid combos. His neutral is mediocre in terms of, like, rising aerials and stuff. But he has solid out of shield options. He has solid killing, good kill confirms, strong combos, bad disadvantage. What's not to like? Unless you just don't like getting hit by up tilt. But hey, strong offense. Fuck it. That's fine. I think his design is the best design of the space animals. I think he's the most balanced of them. And there's a reason why he has the best results, because he's strong and he's simple. Mithra and Falco both have cutscene combos. No, I don't care as much about Mithra's combos. The reason that Mithra is wherever she is one, because of foresight, and two, because up air auto frame traps. Falco doesn't have stuff like that. Like, Falco doesn't have, oh, you air dodged, let me just easily punish you and put you in the exact same situation over and over and over again. Meta Knight. I like where they're going with Meta Knight. I think this is better than the Smash 4 variant of this character. But I think, one, I hate Dimensional Cape. That move is so stupid and so broken and way too strong. It's mostly the fact that you're only fishing for the one thing. Whether it works or not, you're only trying to hit the one move. And then, oh, it doesn't work anymore, forward smash. And you're still fishing for dash attack at like every percent until dash attack up B doesn't work. Which I don't like. I think it's very boring to literally just be fishing for one thing the entire game. Not even like a combo, so you're fishing for combos. Like Luigi has grab and zair and fair and down tilt. Like, he has multiple things you could do. Meta Knight has dash attack and nair. Isn't highly punishable shielded? Well, you have to flash shield, because if they do it, you're gonna die. And then they don't do it and you can't punish it. But yeah, not a fan. Like, I think Meta Knight could be really cool. I just think, one, I don't like his air camping either. So like, I just wish he had more varied offense. Honestly, like, it's so annoying. Brawl Meta Knight was the best design of Meta Knight, but he was also had like some of the worst things. Like Brawl Meta Knight, if you ignore Shuttle Loop being fucked up, F-Tilt being fucked up, and Tornado being fucked up, Meta Knight, and like up air being what it was, Meta Knight was the best designed in Brawl. So I wish they would go closer to that. We had a varied offense. It's not just like, I'm gonna hit you and kill you. It's like a very varied offense with some solid edge guarding and like strong moves, but not moves that just like, I'm gonna hit you once and kill you. Because like, there's so much more that can be done with him. Unfortunately for you, Sheik is peak. I think Sheik is good design. I think she sucks because I don't think she can kill. I think Sheik is well designed. She doesn't have a lingering 2-frame move. She has difficult combos that do a bunch of damage, but she can't really kill. So there's flaws. She's light. She's mobile. She's hard to deal with. She has good edge guarding, but not like super lethal edge guarding. Everything she has is like pretty reasonable, except for like some of the crazy super hard technical stuff that no one's ever gonna get, so it doesn't matter. I don't know, maybe, I guess Sheik does crouch, but like, I feel like her crouch is less bad. Like her low profiling of her aerials is less bad, which I feel like is a big deal. So even though she can crouch, I feel like it's less big deal than the characters that crouch after their aerials. So I don't know. Like, I don't think her crouching is that obscene. Bayonetta is the last character. I don't know where Bayo goes. Because it sucks, because I think Bayo has a lot of cool stuff. I think she's very unique, obviously, but she can just run away the whole time. Like, she's so non-interactive, and I hate that. I think she's so non-interactive, and it's really, really hard to justify that. And again, not in like a I'm gonna projectile campy way, but in a way that's just like, she's just gonna deal 1,000,000,000%. I think her moves should just do less damage. I think legitimately, if all of her moves did less damage, or like up B, fair, side B did less damage, like 2 or 3% less per move, I think she'd be like peak. Actually, I'm gonna just put her here, because I think that's basically it. I mean, Witch Strike is really good, but that's like very specific matchups, so whatever. I really think it's just, she does too much damage, and that's literally it. Because like Witch Time is like good, but it's fine. Maybe there should be more lag on her specials and stuff, but like, I think overall she's fine. If she did less damage, then her Touch of Death wouldn't work, so she would just be doing like 40% of combo instead of like 60% of combo, which I think would be fine. She's really close, in my opinion. I think she's a little bit too non-interactive because she does too much damage, and she's a little too safe. I think maybe Dive Kick's a little too good, but it's really close. Really close to being like very, very well designed. Very close. Should I clarify this isn't order, seeing Mega Man at the top? Mega Man might be the best designed character in the game. I'm gonna order the top tier. Because who do I think is the best designed character in the game? Low-key's probably Pit. Oh my god, I put 10? I didn't even mean to put 10 up here, that's crazy. Because like, I think there are a lot better, I think this game is a lot better in terms of characters than people give it credit for.